The train headed for Sunset City will be departing soon.
Okay, so I don't think either of you have heard this story. This was a story this happened on a live stream a long time ago. But I was playing a game or something, and there was a narwhal in the game. You know, like those like big creatures that live in the ocean with the horn on their faces. So I was like, hey, it's fucked up that these aren't real, right? And they were like, my friends were like, what are you talking about? Narwhals are real. And that's the day I learned that narwhals are real creatures. I just thought that they were like I thought they were like unicorns. Like they were a thing people made up. You know?
Is that it? Is that the story?
That's the big narwhal story, yeah. I learned that narwhals were real and not mythical. Though, I mean, I still haven't seen one, so...
Okay.
That's an introduction.
I love how very A to B that was. Man didn't realize narwhals existed, eventually realized they exist.
I mean, you can see what I mean, right? Like, we take this real thing, horse, and we put a horn on its head, and we say unicorn. It's not real. So, like, my brain was like, yeah, why the fuck would that be real? Like a weird dolphin whale thing that has a horn on its face? It's just fake.
Well, now that you mention
it... But I guess swordfish were real, though. And they have the sword as well.
Yeah, so it makes you wonder why reality drew the line at unicorns.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
These are the questions, man.
But anyway, welcome to Sunset City, everybody, the Sonic podcast for the classic and modern age. Something narwhals, whatever. Today, I'm Garrulous64, and I'm here running
as opposed to last time.
Yes, other days he's not.
Other days I'm not. I mean, I'm only here on Fridays.
Yesterday you were Takeshi Iizuka.
Yeah. With me, as always, I have my co-host, Channel Pup.
And friend. Don't forget and friend.
Yeah, my co-host and friend, Channel Pup, yeah.
Best friend.
Alright, let's not push it. And today, we have another friend, Red Hot Sonic, here today.
Hey, thank you for having me on today.
Welcome, hell yeah.
Of course. Good to have you. So yeah, before we get started, just want to remind everybody of the little terms and conditions we have. If you leave a super chat for the stream, we will be reading those at the end of the stream, all in a row, and we'll get them all. We also have a Patreon in the description, where you can support the show, gain access to the Sunset City Discord, and ask questions.
Don't advertise any of the other perks. I'm failing at them, so don't advertise them for now. I will get on top of things eventually.
Gets you access to the sponsors-only Discord. Thank you.
I would like to thank everybody who would have sent a question to Red had I put out the thing to ask the questions. It's been a busy week, man. It's just been a busy week.
It's okay. We can come up with some questions here.
I'm glad you did.
What is your
shocked if anyone
color?
had any questions. My favorite color is surprisingly green.
Oh shit! What a curveball!
Why?
No, it's red. It's red.
Oh, same here,
I
bro.
believed you.
Hell yeah. Okay, I got a question.
Starting off with lying.
If I were to... Okay, so, right. Your little red hedgehog man. If I were to chew on one of his quills, would he taste spicy? Would he be like... I can't imagine, like, chili heatwave Doritos.
No.
He looks delicious. He just looks very tasty.
It was just Sonic, and he was bleeding one day, and he hasn't stopped bleeding, and that's just blood. I don't know where you want to go with this.
He's just hemorrhaging non-stop. He's so sick, guys.
He makes more blood than he gets rid of.
He does that little hop skip in your intro, but he's making the best of it. He is in so much fucking pain.
That's why he has to zoom off the ears. Ah!
He's off to the hospital.
That rock.
The whole thing about it's. See, when I started the hacking the old Sonic ROMs, the very first practice that I did was to how do I change the color of Sonic? So I just changed him to my favorite color, red, and I
Great.
tested it out, and I was like, "Oh, there he is. He's red. I'm going to call him Red Sonic." No, actually, no, that doesn't go well. Red Hot Sonic. Yeah, that goes well. And boom, there he is. There's no story to him, like he has a partner or he lives in like I don't know, he lives in a
He
farm
lives in
or
Red
anything
Hill
like that.
Zone.
Yeah,
I mean,
and people ask like,
Stream
it's
just
okay.
turned
We're
off.
back. We're back.
We're back. Okay.
We're back.
Well, I hope that doesn't keep happening.
That's gonna be. I think
Uh,
it's a YouTube problem because they're in the midst of trying to make it look like Twitch, and they're just.
Actually, I have a question for you, OBS. Are you streaming this in H.264 or NVENC?
Probably would be H.264. Low
Okay.
bitrate as well, just for the sake of good latency.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
no fuss.
I started streaming in NVENC, and then I noticed that my stream started buffering a bit more, and then OBS started cutting out. So I went back to H.264 for my last 2 streams, and it's been perfectly fine. So
Yeah, it's just a
I'll
reliable
stay with that.
format. Also, okay, so folks in the chat, did you hear my brilliant suggestion of naming Red Hot Sonic something else? If you didn't, we can do the rehearsed version of it, which is always way better, obviously. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. We'll do the rehearsed version. Why is he called
Just
Red
say
Hot
no.
Sonic? Red Hot Sonic.
Line.
was
So
that
you
you
were
were
supposed
doing
to say when you were
modding?
practicing ROM hacking,
Oh,
you
that
wanted
right.
to change his color.
Oh,
This
did
is
none
the
of that get
rehearsed
through?
version. How have you managed to screw this up worse than the rehearsals?
I'm not sure.
That didn't know where you wanted me to start. Okay, started making my own Sonic game. Wanted to change his color. Changed him to red. Said he looks cool. He's called Red Hot Sonic. No, that doesn't sound good. Let's call him Red Hot Sonic. Boom.
You said
he's
Red
born.
Hot Sonic the first time, you flopped.
I don't know. I want to go to bed already. It's late. It's
All right, thanks
past
for joining
8.
us, everybody.
Yeah, Dylan, you don't realize for us it's like stupid o'clock. It's like 3 a.m.
No,
for us.
I understand that
It's
that's
not
how that
3
works.
a.m.
Shh, let him believe.
Not yet.
Although
Okay,
when you have a
so
child,
saying-
it feels like it's 3 a.m.
Right.
Ah, see,
Yeah. I'm glad you were able to join us. Glad you were able to
Well, you
get a little
know,
bit of time off.
you know what I would have called the Red Hedgehog?
What?
Ron. Everybody laugh.
That sucks.
That's my dad's Yeah, they've said they've heard this.
Well, I asked you guys, and you said no. You can scroll
So
up in
many
the chat.
people said no. And then
Yeah.
someone, Evil Dalek said no, and then also said we heard that bit.
I'm being gaslit here, man. This ain't right, man.
What's that?
Seriously,
No,
Dylan,
no,
this is the
no,
kind of
no.
audience you foster? Come on, man.
Ooh.
Listen, you were here for a lot more episodes than I have been. So I
Yeah,
think it's your
and-
fault.
And what an impression you've made. Well, anywho.
Yeah.
Do you
Anyway.
wish do you wish to do we Okay, I've got one more question for you guys. How do you guys become friends?
We're friends.
Aha! That means I'm the best friend, Dylan. Ha!
Oh gosh.
No more competition.
Yeah,
It's been a while. It's been like
Yeah.
several years at least.
I think we were just doing the same thing, and then one day we're just like, "Hey, I like your videos, and maybe we should do a collab together." And we just did, and got talking, and just got on from there.
Yeah, I think that's how I met a lot of people on YouTube. But like, I think with you, it's like a case of being in the same thing at the same time, and like I'd see your comments on my videos, or I'd comment on your stuff because it was all about like mods and ROM hacking and stuff. And then
Yeah.
and then we just started talking and hung
There
out.
there was that unfortunate instant when we did have a falling out, and that was when Gallus and was streaming Sonic Adventure, doing the race.
Right. I can tell that story. So that was actually not super long ago, right? Was that
Is this a real
last year,
falling
maybe?
out? Like a genuine one?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
No.
just listen. Ready? It's a big one.
This is gonna be
big
phony,
deal.
isn't it? I'm too scared to celebrate yet. But okay.
So, like-
Alright, go on.
So I think it was a year ago or something. We were racing Sonic Adventure, and Red was like 35 seconds ahead of me approximately in the race, and like coming out of Ice Cap Zone, and he says, Or what did you say? You were like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
so-
I don't remember where to go next."
Yeah, that's it.
Right? Yeah, I don't know where to go next. And me, absolutely knowing where to go next, which is you leave Ice Cap and you go fight Knuckles in Mystic Ruins. I say very like quietly and convincingly, I think you're supposed to go back to Station Square.
And what didn't help is that you hear the announcement saying the train leaving for Station Square will be departing soon. It's like, oh right, yeah, that does sound right then. So
And
I got on
and
the
that
train.
was the day. Yeah, and that was the day he got on a train. I went to go fight Knuckles because I immediately, as soon as I watched him get on the train, like the doors closed so he couldn't leave.
Oh no,
I went,
it wasn't then. It wasn't then. I got on the train, got off the train, left the building, and as soon as I left the building in Station Square, that's when you said, I'm just gonna go fight Knuckles in Mystic Ruins. And I let rip at him. Called him
was so
every
angry.
name under the sun.
So I want to
never
ask you
caught up with
both.
him.
I want to ask you both. Who is the
Yeah.
bad guy of this story?
It's
him,
me.
Definitely.
It's
Him,
me.
definitely.
Absolutely. I
it, I was
intentionally
hoping that-
misled my friend because I thought he would believe me, and it worked.
Do you regret what you did,
stupid
Dylan?
Do I regret it? Yes, a little
You
bit.
had
'Cause I
to
don't
think
think I
about
needed.
that.
Yeah, that's the
I
problem.
didn't-
Is
I
give
didn't
me all
look-
the
no,
right
I'm
answers.
thinking
I want to
about-
manufacture new conflict. You know,
No.
like
I'm thinking about who won the race and by how much, and I'm trying to think. I regret it because I don't think I needed to do that. I just did
if
it
you
as like a
didn't win
funny
the
moment.
race by the end of it, Dylan, frankly, like I don't know what
Then
to
I
tell
would
you,
have
buddy.
regretted it.
I don't know what to tell you if you didn't win after that.
I don't think I ever caught up with him again. It didn't help he got better RNG with the Chaos 4 boss. There was a lot of times where I
Yeah.
just had to wait for him to finish, whereas with Gallus he came up way more often. So yeah, by that point, yeah, it was a lost cause. I couldn't catch up.
But hey, I mean, just the other day we did the Sonic Advance trilogy race,
Mhm.
and you flattened me in all 3 games. So
I don't think you finished any of the 3.
I didn't finish any of them. Yeah.
And during Advance 3, you got halfway. I hadn't even finished the race yet, and you went, you know what? I'm hungry. I'm going now.
I'm leaving.
No, I'm starting to have a thought. I'm starting to have an idea. Oh, there's an idea
Oh,
ticking over
yeah?
my head.
Oh yeah.
A race of the critically acclaimed Sonic superstars.
Oh,
3 of
No.
us.
Jesus.
Nope.
Yeah? If you could do
I don't
Advance,
wanna
you could
play
do
that game again.
Superstars. Come on, man. If you could do Advance, you could do Superstars.
I never
I
did
could-
the final boss, Metal Sonic.
The final
Oh,
boss. Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
I
Well,
did
okay, you could make it
finish
so it's
the
a
final
race.
boss, but I didn't finish Trip's story.
You could make it a race to the final boss.
We-
So
First
by
and
the time you
final boss
reach it, you
wins.
win. You don't have to fight it.
That's awesome. You shut the game off at the end. That's basically what I was doing with Sonic Advance. I'd get like, for Advance 1 and 2, I'd get close to the end, and then I'd be like, oh, well, you win. I'm moving on to the next game.
Tell you what then, boys. Okay, here's my proposition. You just have to get to the final boss, and then whoever gets there first wins.
Why Superstars?
Because it's the most acclaimed game of
You know,
all.
I know
don't
why.
you know?
Because he wants to show off his Amy IHOP skin. He wants
No,
to play
it's
as Amy and
okay.
show off
All
the
right,
IHOP
okay.
thing.
So I'm thinking, would it be? Well, how did you do the advance race? Did you do it as different characters, or were you the same?
I use Sonic all the way.
I would say-
I should have used Sonic the second game, but I used Amy because she was just unlocked, and I've never played as her.
All right, okay. Rules. We got to do rules here. I'm gonna say, okay. Everyone has to be Sonic. You can pick a different skin, but you still have to be
I don't
Sonic.
want to play Superstars again, though.
Shut up, Dylan. Shut up. You're gonna like this. You all play as Sonic, different skins, and no Emerald power-ups.
No, absolutely not.
No, I can't do it without the Emerald power-ups. If I'm being
How
honest.
can you do
There's no
the
way.
advanced trilogy
That would
but
be the
not
worst
this?
part.
This is confusing to me.
Because the Advanced Trilogy might be annoying and frustrating, but it's fun at a lot of points. Without the Emerald Power, Superstar is going to be boring as hell.
All right, fine. You're allowed Emerald powers, but no super forms.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Dylan, you game?
Yeah, I guess. Sure.
All right,
Very
great. All right,
reluctantly.
we'll arrange this
Whatever.
at some point then. Excellent. Okay, great. Oh
Yeah,
man, I'm looking forward to
Okay.
this.
Great.
Alrighty then.
Yeah,
Well.
this is a great day. Great day for Sonic Superstars.
So you've been
I think
friends
I've
for
played
several
through that
years.
game. Yes.
Yeah, well, 2 years is also good.
Yeah.
You know, two wonderful years is also good. You know,
Shut
two
up, Pup.
excellent years. No fallings out or
When I
anything.
met Pup for the first time, he came up behind me and he put me in a headlock and he was like, "We're going to be best friends, and you will like it."
You keep adjusting the story. You are not a reliable narrator.
It was good. It was funny. You did walk up behind me though, and you were like, "Hey."
That's riveting.
I was like, "Hi." But anyway, speaking of Sonic Superstars, God,
yes.
So I guess I could say this. I know you guys don't have the IHOP promotion in the UK, but I actually went to IHOP and I got the Sonic blueberry pancakes to try, and the eggs Benedict, and it's just food. Like there is no difference with any of it. It was just.
I mean, I wasn't expecting
branding.
it to like not be food. To be fair.
Yeah, it's all plastic.
I don't think we have it in the UK. I've never heard of it before.
We don't have IHOP in the UK.
It's unfortunate. It's like a very okay breakfast area. Sorry, breakfast.
I mean, when I was out in the
joint.
States, I made sure to get a few IHOP breakfasts when I was out there. Just because
It's fine. Like it's
I like
okay.
it because it's different. That's the funny thing is, whenever I go to the States, people are like, "Oh no, I want to get you to try the good shit. It's this local joint." It's like, yeah, I'll definitely do that. Time and a place, man. I'm predominantly here to eat things I've heard of on TV. I'm here to live in TV land, you know? I want to see what this Pepperidge Farm nonsense is all about.
But it's real. But yeah, so I went to go get the stuff. I was kind of hoping there would just be like something, right? Like the bag has Sonic on it, or like it comes in a little blue box or something. It was just regular ass breakfast. It didn't cost any more than normal. It didn't do anything. Like it was literally just nothing.
But you got swindled,
after
didn't
that,
you? You got fucked.
Well, it was still good food. I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, but you did get fucked though, right? Tell them about how you got fucked.
Yeah, I bet, I guess. Yeah.
Tell them about
What
it.
were you saying, Ron?
I said you were hoping for a Happy Meal.
I was, yeah, I guess. But the other part of that is if you're,
we had
if you
the
remember
Sonic
last
Happy Meals.
week. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't get Happy Meals though because it's not enough food,
Well, there's that, but also like so.
and I'm not 6 years old.
Well, no, so like we'd had like the Squishmallows promotion shortly before, and my sister likes the Squishmallows, so I made sure to get her some Squishmallows. But fucking when I heard Sonic was like next up, I was like, oh hell yeah, and I was like, it's cardboard, it's all cardboard tat. Like I was like, oh, there's
toys.
There's that little part of me that's just like, oh, I want the Sonic thing, but it's like, come on, pup, like you've got all these Jack-specific toys up on your shelf. Why do you need this? So I didn't do it.
I had an excuse. I've got a 6-year-old daughter. So you want the Happy Meal, don't you? Yes.
Maybe you want to. But does it work on real hardware?
One of all of them, just so she can have the full set, please.
That was the thing. The very first time we went, it still gave us the old toys because they ran out. And then the second time we did get one. Then the third time they didn't have any toys at all. I was like, this is ridiculous.
And this was all on the same day, yes?
No, no, not all on the same day. I take her swimming every Thursday, so after her swimming, like for a treat, I take her to McDonald's. So that's our McDonald's day.
It is so strange having like an actual adult on the podcast. I'm not used to this. Hearing someone talk about family and stuff.
We are adults as well.
Yeah, but this is like a proper one. This is one that's like succeeded in the gene pool.
What was the definition of succeeded adult?
Succeeded in the gene pool. You have created life.
You've created life. You have a steady job. You've created life.
Yeah.
And you're a successful YouTuber.
Yeah.
I'm not
yeah,
so sure
this
about
is
that one.
It's like a proper adult. Like this is I mean, do you laugh at farts and shit? Like, like are you like me?
Not what? No, not really.
Do you fantasize about Rouge the Bat?
Fuck no.
There you go, proper adult, maybe a little bit fruity.
God.
I mean, I get thirsty every now and then, but other adults, not a bloody Rouge.
Rouge is an adult. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I get thirsty sometimes, but for water.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about a different kind of water. Anyways, Dylan, you got to tell them about how you got fucked by IHOP.
Oh yeah, so last week on the podcast, if you guys were tuned into that one, we were making a plan. Pop was gonna like pay for IHOP so he could get the Amy special IHOP.
I was going to pay for you to have
thing.
IHOP. It was going to be a
and
really
I would
nice
get food.
mutual arrangement.
Yeah, it was like a good arrangement. But I bought the stuff and went home, ate the pancakes. They were very good. Ate the eggs Benedict. It was very good. I went to claim the code online that would give us enough points to get the Amy skin, and they basically refused it. They said no matter what I did, it said call us and like talk to us if this isn't working.
Oh,
and
why would you ever want to do that? You
I wasn't about to call IHOP about the fucking Sonic Amy DLC.
This feels like something out of like an 80s movie where it's like, oh, we need to get this little baseball card, so we're gonna start this little plan. I'm gonna buy you some IHOP breakfast. You know, it sounds like something like a Goonies kind of thing, like a Goonies sequel. The Gooners.
I mean, like at the end of the day, I still got IHOP, so I was okay with it. But like, you know, it was a little bit lame. It was a little stupid. So IHOP, I'll never forgive you for that. Not coming back.
Fortunately, I did have a couple of knights in shining armor here. Before I asked Dylan, I asked Nick. I said to him, "Hey man, you wanna have a little arrangement here?" And he was like, "Well, hell yeah, guy." Then Wayne appears in my DMs with the code. I'm like, Wayne, whoa, okay, all right, hell yeah. And so he gets me the code. He's done it. Fucking Wayne, a king. Now, it turns out it was Nick that put Wayne up to it. Nick was like, I'm not putting any more of that crap in my body. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? How do you not like bacon and pancakes and shit? But nonetheless, thank you for sending him my way. But then we had the process of trying to get the code to work on a UK Switch, which I drastically overcomplicated. My first resort, which is usually not the first resort, but fuck it, was to give Dylan my login credentials, including my password. That wasn't like, there was no hesitance. It's like, okay, so Dylan, here's my Switch login. Do you reckon you could just get this redeemed?
Suddenly,
yeah, I was like, yep.
Buy lots of stuff using your card.
Hell yeah, you know.
I know he ain't gonna do it. That's the thing. I know he ain't gonna do it. Because otherwise I'm gonna steal his colostomy bags. But,
Don't do that.
Actually, Gavin just DM'd me and he's just given me your credit card number and the sort code. That's brilliant, thank you.
You seem trustworthy. If I can trust you to have a kid, I can trust you to not do this. But, okay, so, turns out the key was just to actually open a new account and say I'm from the USA. So that'll do it. Was a lot easier than I'd expected. So now I have my Switch where I've changed its region, probably giving it all kinds of diseases, and I've given Dylan my password. I have not since changed my password either, so he could just go in there if he wanted to.
I've already deleted it off my Switch. I don't care.
But yeah, he has it still. Like I haven't even deleted the message. He could just go into it. He could just go in there.
Okay. You know, I
play
hadn't
some
thought
of my
of
games.
that.
I don't have a problem with it. He could fuck my wife.
No, I should have. I probably should have just stolen all your games. That would have made sense. So,
you wouldn't though.
but then, I mean, you would know because if I was playing a game at the same time you were, it would. Oh, I think it would kick me off of the Switch. It would kick me off the games. But I mean, I don't play my Switch that much anyway. I usually like buy my games, rip them, and play them on emulators.
Webster, don't attack me like that. I see you in the chat.
This is the real hardware. Listen, okay, Red, I agree with you that
No,
a lot of retro
because it's a
stuff...
Switch emulator. That's illegal.
Oh no, the emulator's not illegal. Stealing the games is illegal, which I do not do. But what I do. Sorry.
Doo-doo.
What I do is play them on the emulator a lot. Shut up! I play them on the emulator because they run them better than the Switch does. And I do agree with you, Red, about the, you know, most of the time retro hardware plays games better than the emulators do. It's more accurate and stuff. the Switch just ain't like that. Like, I feel like the more accurate it is to the Switch, the more slowdown and lag you get, and it's just gross.
Fair enough.
Like,
I know what you mean. Like with the Dolphin emulator for GameCube, you can just make it look HD or just right off the bat.
Oh yeah.
Whereas the GameCube can never ever do that.
Yeah. No, the Dolphin's an amazing emulator. That's like the pinnacle of emulation in my eyes.
Also, nobody hack Dylan's Discord, please, okay? Or else I will have to delete the thing.
You specifically don't hack my Discord, because you'll see his credentials for logging in the Switch.
And
you
don't
can
hack my
his
Discord either. Please.
You can hack his.
Because then you'll see my Switch login as well.
All right. So how is the Amy DLC? Was it worth all of the trouble?
Definitely.
Okay. All right, good.
So what do you actually get, except for a new costume for Amy?
That's
the
it.
gratification of having the new costume for Amy.
So that is literally it.
Yep.
The thing is, I kind of feel like my Switch copy, I bought it from Amazon, so I got the cel-shaded skins as well. Now I kind of like, I don't want to, but I kind of do. Like, I want to get the digital deluxe thing for the Switch so that I can just have the world's only complete edition of Sonic Superstars.
But if you do that, it'll only be present on that secondary copy. Like, I don't think you will be able to have all of it in one game.
No, because I would. I would. No, what I mean is download the digital deluxe expansions separately, which I think you can do, can't you?
If it... Maybe. I guess if it's all for the digital version, then maybe.
Oh, so yeah,
But
no,
if
it
you have
doesn't
a
matter if
game
you have a
card-
separate one, because I did that with Origins. I'd already downloaded Origins digitally, but I wanted a physical copy, so I got Origins Plus, and that works the exact same.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
because when I had... Oh, you know what? I guess that's... Okay, no, I know what I'm thinking of. Because when I got Sonic Mania Plus, I noticed it had the second icon on my Switch, and that's because that was literally a different game cart than the first one.
Right.
I got this with Deluxe. If you have a look in that channel, the back rooms.
See, that's some good DLC right there.
Wait, what? Where did you get this?
Cool.
That was the Japanese exclusive Deluxe thingamajiggy.
Man, I want that.
They always
Oh,
give, like...
I was
All
quite
the other regions.
disappointed because like I thought it was going to be like not quite as big, but near enough as big as the statue that you get with Mania on top of the Mega Drive. So when it arrived, and it was just like a little tiny statue. I was like, oh, okay.
So is it kind of like one of those, because I know that the special edition of Team Sonic Racing, which I got, has a little Sonic statue thing in it, but I think it's like, it's from another thing though. It's like, you can buy the statue separately from somewhere else, but it's a little dinky thing.
It's at least better than, like, most of the stuff we get in the US for these pre-order bonuses these days suck. It's like in the Japan, you get, like, oh, this really cool statue.
Yeah, Japan get the
In
best.
America, you get, like, a fucking book of stickers, and it's like, great. What am I going to use stickers for?
Well, at
Well,
least you
in,
get something. In the UK, we get fuck all.
Well,
Yeah.
at Game,
Oh,
we
sorry,
got,
I got Lego Dr. Eggman as well. That came with the digital deluxe, I think.
At Game, we got the acrylic Sonic Superstars stand, which is quite a bit better than the Super Mario RPG acrylic stand thing. Because, okay, so I basically helped Boundary Break out with a pre-order of like the UK edition of Mario RPG, because he wanted the pre-order bonuses that came with it, and you got some little pin badges, and you get on acrylic stand. And I was just checking to see if everything was in there. And I was like, where's the acrylic stand? It's like the size of a thumbnail, the acrylic stand for Mario RPG, whereas the one for Superstars at least is like the size of a game box, effectively. And I still don't consider like acrylic stands to be a brilliant pre-order gift, but it's better than nothing. I will say that you mentioned the UK gets nothing, but to be fair, we got the better end of the bargain when it came to the animated skins, the little cel-shaded ones. Because rather than, you know, having to earn points at Kroger, we could just get them with an Amazon pre-order.
Animated skins.
Yeah, as in like the comic
Sure.
ones with the little cel shading and stuff.
Which game is this?
Superstars. Let me get you a picture of it. I'll put it in the disc.
Yeah,
in the
I'm not sure if I'm aware of that one. I might have missed
Sonic
it.
Superstars comic skins.
It was...
They are the
comic
best
skins
skins.
that were they were released on Steam as DLC you could download for like
5
12
seconds.
minutes, and then they realized that they messed it up.
Yeah, I
They took
remember
them
that
down.
now.
They are like my go-tos, except I wish in single player... Wow, is it really taking that long to send a 1 megabyte picture? Are you kidding me? I wish there was like a way you could change the skin of background characters in the single player campaign, because it's weird when it's like, you know, I'm playing as, you know, Sonic and he's an animated little scrimblow, and then I get to like Golden Corral Part 2 and I see the other characters all there in the cutscene, and they're all 3D characters while Sonic looks like a comic.
Yeah.
But they are still
That's
the
like
best
any
looking
game
skins.
with customization. Like you, like playing like something like I don't know, Saints Row or like Grand Theft Auto. Like you walk into the cutscene and everyone looks normal, but then you have like, or actually, you know, better example, the Dead Rising games. It's like you could put on those funny costumes, just wear like nothing but underwear and the Servbot mask, and walk into the cutscene, and everyone just treats you like you're a totally normal dude.
The other thing is though, like,
they do look cool, but I don't remember them. I don't remember seeing them.
yeah, they were Amazon exclusive. But yeah, when Sonic goes super, he reverts back to his just standard design. So I like to think that he gets the Chaos Emeralds and he turns 3-dimensional. Yeah, like,
so strong.
if we had these skins as like the default and the backgrounds had a slightly painted look to them, that is like, that's the goal, man. That's how these games should look, in my opinion. That would look sick.
Sonic's just tweeted that. If you want to talk about that.
Yeah, we will definitely talk about that. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, that goes hand in hand with like one more thing about the IHOP skin, just the DLCs for Superstars in general. For IHOP to get that shit, like that skin, it was $25 of food you have to buy to get enough pan coins to unlock that skin, which is not at all worth it. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
much,
it's a $25 skin.
Yeah, I guess it's better than paying $25 and not getting pancakes.
Yeah,
because if you were just getting the skin, then that'd be outrageous. But like, you know,
like $25 for a Rouge the Bat Hooters waitress skin, fine. But $25 for an Amy Rose IHOP waitress skin is a little bit much.
Yeah.
You
they
agreed.
Didn't actually have a Hooters DLC thing, did they?
Nah, Hooters didn't have any kind of DLC.
I know that they had like the promotion, but I didn't. Yeah,
they did. But like, yeah, no, there was nothing much going on there.
Yeah, I don't think you could really do much with that. Well, anyway,
shame.
Go to IHOP or don't. It's not my problem. There was some Sonic 3 movie stuff going on recently.
There is, yeah. We got big stuff to talk about in regard to the Sonic 3 movie.
Interesting. Yeah, let me pull up the little synopsis that my friend Sam shared. But there was, what was it, CinemaCon? You want to explain like the background?
Yeah, so yesterday was, I think, one of the days of CinemaCon, and Paramount had a panel. And it's kind of like an insiders, journalists kind of event where, you know, they can kind of see what's coming up. And there was a teaser trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And this trailer was quite revealing. They did release official descriptions of the trailer, but they didn't release the trailer itself. So we've got a lot of very reputable sources here, kind of discussing the contents of this trailer. So we'll just kind of go through it. Yeah, what are we thinking?
Yeah. So the description, I'm still pulling up. Hold on.
I mean, I've got it up. I can read it if you want.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, you go for it.
Okay. This, I think it was posted by Sam on Twitter as well. I'm not sure, but like I don't know what the actual like source of this screenshot is.
Oh no, he posted it. Yeah. I'm not sure
okay.
where it is from.
So it reads as so. CinemaCon 2024 only got a very brief look at Sonic the Hedgehog 3 since it barely wrapped production. The brief teaser showed Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik in his lab, but he's gained weight and has let the place go to the dumps with it being full of junk. He's let his hair go crazy and now has a noticeable belly. Robotnik jokingly says that he's been binging carbohydrates. His assistant, Agent Stone, comes in and says, "We found him." Stone presents Robotnik with one of Sonic's blue electric quills, and as he's done before, Robotnik licks it and tweaks out. he yells, "Let's do this," to Stone's face, which then cuts to a montage of Robotnik getting his hair cut by Stone and getting a fresh look with his game-accurate mustache, bald head, and depraved-looking eyes. The Sonic the Hedgehog 3 footage then cuts to Robotnik and an entire gang of henchmen, all armored with laser guns, waking up Shadow in a cryotube. Shadow opens his eyes, which are bursting with red electric energy. We then cut to Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles facing off against Shadow in the middle of a huge city at night. Shadow is noticeably dead silent, as it's still not revealed who the voice actor is. Knuckles jokes that this new hedgehog is much stronger than the last one he faced, to which Sonic hilariously replies with, "You mean me?" The real money shot of the footage is Shadow the Hedgehog riding a motorcycle in the night sky over some skyscrapers, then using it to bounce himself towards Sonic, who's flying upwards at him at full speed. We see Sonic's bright blue power clash with Shadow's bright red energy in the night sky. Red hot, you might say, looking like it's straight out of an anime. The final shot of the exclusive footage showed Robotnik and Sonic away from a ring portal on an empty road. They both look grumpy and like they can't stand each other's company, implying that they're going to have to work together to defeat Shadow. So, there's the full description.
That seems like an awful lot to reveal, and yet maybe I just haven't looked hard enough. I haven't actively been trying to look. But there's been no leaks or camera shake footage or anything of this trailer, not even pictures of it.
I think because it is a press event, basically. I think that's the reason.
Even then, they usually get out.
Yeah, I have no idea. They must have been... I mean, to be fair, like Sonic 3's filming has also been incredibly under wraps, too. Like, they've kept everything very, very quiet.
Yeah. And didn't they just finish filming? So that's quite a lot to show off this early on. Normally they would show 10 seconds worth. Like you said, you might see Eggman with a new haircut, and they would give him a new haircut, and he walks out, and that's about as much as you would see for a
that's where they would end.
Well, during the strikes, they basically shot a lot of scenery footage without any actors, and so I think they did get quite a head start compared to a lot of other productions. When it came to that kind of stuff. Yeah, they were probably doing a lot of animation in that time. So, it's one of those things where I think a lot of the work with Sonic and the Scrimblow cast is probably more or less done, while, I mean, it could also be previs for all we know, but, yeah, so still no voice reveal for Shadow. Imagine if he's just mute the entire way through.
Screw you, there are no actors for this.
We forgot to get a voice for him, sorry.
It would actually be so good if, on the poster you've got the names, you've got, Ben Schwartz, James Marsden, Tika Sumpter, Colleen O'Shaughnessy, Idris Elba, Shadow the Hedgehog. It's just, he doesn't even have a cast credit. He's just Shadow the Hedgehog.
They should reuse all of the lines from the previous games, like it's a fan animation or something.
That would actually be so funny, though.
Gosh. Oh, yeah, well, I mean, with how hard they're pushing Shadow this year, with the whole Year of Shadow thing, I imagine we're going to see that sooner rather than later. We even have this, this Shadow motorcycle. That's, honestly, I don't like motorcycles, because I find them dangerous and scary, but, they look cool, and this one looks really cool.
Well, we'll talk more about the Fearless Year of Shadow thing in a bit. For the time being, we've got a few revelations, though, from this trailer. One of which being that Robotnik is going to be fat in movie 3. That's going to be how they got Jim Carrey back, right? Because there was that whole thing of, well, as it is, Jim Carrey doesn't do sequels, and then there was the whole thing of, I think I might retire and stuff like that. But he also said he wanted to wear a fat suit in movie 3, so it's got to be I'm not coming back. You can wear the fat suit. All right, fine.
What I'm really looking forward to... Oh, sorry, you go.
No, you go.
Okay. All right. What I was going to say is, what I'm looking forward to now is that we can put all three of the Jim Carrey Robotniks side by side once this movie comes out, and you'll be able to see the progression of his, insanity. And I'm just really excited for that.
I'm wondering what they mean by, game-accurate mustache, as if, 2 wasn't already game-accurate, or, depraved eyes. What do they mean by that? Is he gonna have no eyes? Or oh man, imagine if they're going for the Pingus Robotnik's eyes, where they're inverted black and red.
That would be really upsetting on Jim Carrey, I think. What causes that to happen to a person?
I mean, he fell from a height that should have killed him. If he's just got some red
really
eyes, then...
angry.
He got pink eye when he landed. What were you gonna say though, Red?
Don't know, what was I gonna say? I've forgotten now. I will
Fair
say
enough.
that
Oh, no.
the very first design of Robotnik in the first film, I think he looks like that. He doesn't really look like the actual Robotnik, but that was only because Sonic didn't look like Sonic in the first one. And when everyone uproared about it and they go, "Fine, we'll change Sonic's design," it's kind of hard to do that for a human character.
Yeah.
It's set in stone. It's already been
Yeah.
filmed. Tough. You have to stay like that. So then for the second film, it's like, right, okay, we have to change this now. Went from there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I
it's
forgot what the other thing I was
interesting.
going to say, though. I completely forgot.
I think it does go to show, though, that, like, yeah, the process behind movie 1 was, like, I've seen people try to argue this with me. No, movie 1, all right, like, I like movie 1 a lot. You can't, there's a lot of good things you can say about it, but having faith in the IP really isn't one of them. And yes, they did walk back from the cliff, they did give us a better Sonic, and it is full of nice little loving nods and references and stuff, sure. But this was a movie where, as you mentioned, Sonic wasn't going to look like Sonic, and Robotnik doesn't really look like Robotnik. And I think if they went at that first movie with the energy they had for the second one, we probably would have had Robotnik looking like Robotnik out of the gate. However, I will say this. I'd kind of just accepted that Robotnik in this universe was just a thin dude, or like just a perfectly in-shape guy. So I am surprised they've actually, gone so far as to actually give him the fat suit now. Like, I'm excited to see it.
The way I was seeing it is like, I didn't really mind his look in the first movie. I saw it as like, hey, this is different continuity. It's not the same versions of these characters, so it's okay if they look a little bit different. Not in Sonic's case. He looked too different in that first trailer. But like, when it comes to Robotnik, I totally bought that this is a guy who has existed on this planet forever. He was born here, and he is the smartest person in the room 99% of the time, and nobody challenges him. So then, when he does find these challenges, he starts to devolve. And as he's devolving, and we see it by the end of the first movie, he, like, even on, the mushroom planet, he's bald, he's got his mustache grown out, and he's like he's like going insane almost.
Yeah,
So,
it was
like,
clearly always intended for him to eventually get a more Robotnik-y look.
Well, they could have
I'm
filmed
seeing
that right at the last
progression.
moment and added that after the whole
They-
uproar.
No, not actually, though, because in that very first trailer with the ugly Sonic design, it ends with Robotnik on the mushroom planet with the bald
does
head.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
no,
right.
yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, it does.
That is true. Yeah, so, I mean, I feel like that was always kind of maybe the intention to go from, like, this realistic, in quotes, crazy guy, like, realistic crazy to cartoonishly crazy, and as he gets more cartoonish, he starts looking more cartoonish as well, because he starts not caring about what he's looking like and stuff. Like, in the trailer, what do you call it? The trailer description. Like, he's let himself go because he's depressed, and I find it very interesting that, like, maybe he's depressed and, like, maybe Stone's got to take care of him because he's, like, got a million broken bones or something because he fell from, like, 6 skyscrapers up or whatever.
I still love
But
that
I really
fake
like-
leak that he returned from hell.
From yeah.
I wish we could have had that and, like, actually had Satan down there and stuff. And Satan
don't
just
want
gets
him here,
sick
get
of
rid of
him.
him.
Yeah, he just gets sick of him
forgot
and
about
sends him
that.
back. That would have been such a good way to open the film.
Hold on, I want to find that leak. Robotnik returns from hell.
That would have, like, because
Where was that?
movie 2 opens up on the mushroom planet, and he's all, like, isolated and stuff, so the natural progression from that makes so much sense for it to be in
Hell.
movie 3. It begins with him in literal hell with Satan, and he just gets back. Or imagine if he outsmarted Satan himself and escaped.
Oh, this is setting good for a kids' movie.
Like a like a
Shadow
fiddle battle.
rescues him.
Dude. Oh, I found the thing. So the old leak that people preserve, and when I heard this, I was like, that's so funny. I want it to be real. But the old leak was, it's directed by series regular Jeff Fowler. This third installment in the movie adventures of Sega's Speedy Blue Hero, voiced by Ben Schwartz, finds the entire Donut family traveling to Egypt, where Sonic meets a pink hedgehog who claims to predict the future, while Robotnik returns from hell and awakens a new challenger, Shadow the Hedgehog.
I love that idea so much. I even like the idea of them going to Egypt to meet Amy Rose. Like, I actually think that's a great idea.
Yeah, no, I don't mind that at all. Like, I do hope Amy's in the movie, at least Amy.
Like,
you know,
if you
but,
want to, if they want to lean into the whole Amy's a mage thing, they could literally have her like appear in a portal and be like, "Sonic, I'm trying to reach you through the tarot cards," you know, like, and he's like, "What do you want from me? I don't like girls.
They did,
I
yeah.
like Knuckles."
I
And
feel
then
like it should be.
and then she's just like, "No, you need to hear about it. There's a black hedgehog." Wow, that's fucking racist, Amy. No, you need come here. Like, we got stuff that we gotta sort out.
You're right though, Red. I think if Amy was like looking for him, through tarot cards is a different thing. Like if she's just like searching the planet in like for him using that's fine. But if she jumps through a portal and she's like, "I finally found it," it's like that is the exact same thing as what Tails did.
I
So,
like the
I hope they don't do
idea that she wound up on Earth under similar circumstances to Sonic, and she hasn't fully adjusted in the way that Sonic has. She hasn't had her own donut lord or anything. So any kind of affection...
That could be taken wrong.
any kind of affection in any way is something that she's lived a life devoid of, hence why she's so loving towards everyone she meets, especially Sonic, who she views as a kindred spirit. But because Sonic's come a long way, he's a bit adjusted. He's like, blech, I don't need any of that girl stuff. All right, come here, Knuckles. You know, like, you could do that kind of thing. And then, throughout the whole movie, like, Amy's like, oh, what if we just talk to Shadow? What if we're just nice to him? Maybe all he needs is a little love. And Sonic's just like, shut the fuck up. I'm going to kick his ass, you know? And then at the end of the movie, what gets him to turn around is...
Yeah, that's the solution.
Yeah, and then Sonic is like, whoa, I guess girls do have a purpose after all. And it's a great movie. It's a feminist movie. I like it. It's important to be progressive in
Girls
today's...
do have a purpose after all.
Look, if we are to believe that Sonic is a 15-year-old boy in these movies, then he would be a little sexist, right? Like...
I feel like they wouldn't go that route. I feel like they could just do the thing where it's like, oh, like he doesn't understand girls, or like he doesn't like he wants to just hang out with the boys, you know, because he's
no, he's in the Fortnite lobby, and the second a girl hops into the lobby, he's like, get out. That's Sonic.
Oh, dude. Before you were saying that, she was, she's alone. She's like, she is nice and friendly to everybody, but nobody's ever given that to her in return. I felt so bad. Like, I had an actual like feeling I had in my heart when you said that.
Well, I love the idea of kind of like, because that's Amy's whole personality is love, basically. Love, affection, stuff like that. She likes to give love to the world in her great big polyamorous triangle, and she wants to receive love. The dirty bitch. So, like, making it so that this comes from a place of not having any affection for basically the majority of her life, and then she finds another hedgehog who's like her, it makes so much sense.
Yeah, no, and I like tying Shadow into that as well, because that makes them like a trio of people that had to learn this stuff, and they all learned it in very different ways. That would be a really, really excellent way to do it, in my opinion.
But you know what's actually they're going to meet in a Fortnite lobby.
Shadow
he's gonna get his game a GF, then he meets her in person, finds out she's a hedgehog, he's like, wait, what? He's like, well, I never fucking agreed to that. You know, I thought you were a human. Get out of here. You said your name was Madonna. What's this all about?
Madonna. Oh, gosh. I'm hoping that we do get to see that trailer soon, though. I would like to just see these things now that we've had them explained to us.
I've heard rumblings that Robotnik is getting a game-accurate outfit in this one as well, which could be one of two things. But I thought his outfit was game-accurate enough in movie 2. I thought that jacket was fucking awesome. And kind of speaking of Robotnik designs, one thing I did want to mention is, like, in that first movie, I do agree, I think Robotnik's design worked well enough, but I mainly think when you get to the third act, when he's wearing the red flight suit and he's got the goggles on his head, I was like, okay, that's Robotnik enough. I can work with this. But when he was dressed like fucking, I don't know, fucking Dick Dastardly, like, throughout the rest of the movie, I was like...
Dick Dastardly.
I was like, it works, but it's not Robotnik. You know? That ain't that guy. I think towards the end, it was like, okay, he's Robotnik enough. What were we saying?
It's part of his arc. He had to become
I mean, in
Robotnik.
hindsight, I do actually kind of appreciate it as like an origin story for Robotnik. But okay, for movie 3, like, they're suggesting, okay, he's going to get a more game-accurate look. Does this mean that, A, he's getting the modern design, or B, that little tease of the classic design we saw in Sonic 2 is maybe going to pay off here? Maybe he's like, oh, thank you, Stone, this look was a genius idea.
Oh, true. I forgot they did that. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the modern outfit for Eggman would look better as like a movie thing. I think the classic
agree.
look is a little too silly for like a
I mean,
live action person to be wearing.
You could say movie 1 did the modern design in that it's like it's a track jacket, it's got the zippers, it's got the little metal clasps on it, but I'm of the belief that Robotnik is the character that benefited the most from the modern redesigns, because the thing with classic Robotnik, you kind of got to take his word for it that he's evil. Like, he looks like someone that could work at Santa's workshop for all we know. Like, he...
Road shop? There's no roads where Santa lives.
Shut
He
up!
can fly.
Shut
idiot.
up! Shut up! But, like... Shut up. He looks like he could work in a toy factory or something. He doesn't necessarily look evil, aside from the fact that he's fat and bald, but that's not evil. That's just Danny DeVito. So, I would say, like, go for the modern design, surely. Then again, Jim Carrey could probably take the classic design and make it look evil. But I don't know. What are they going to do? What do you think they're going to do?
Hmm?
He's just going to look like 06 Eggman, isn't he?
Oh, God.
I always go on and off about the '06 Eggman. Some days I like, I actually do like the design of him. Some days I'm like, nah, no. This
I
isn't
just hate
doing
his
it for me.
teeth. I just hate his fucking
His
teeth.
teeth.
He looks like a crusty old man, which, I mean,
but
makes sense.
Look at his fucking teeth.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, is that a fan render? Or is that the actual model?
It's a fan render, but that is the actual model.
Oh. Do they ever show his teeth like that in the game?
I don't know, but like if you actually look at like what his head shape and like overall appearance is like, he looks like a fucked up Ben Kingsley. Like,
I think honestly, from this picture, I feel like they updated the textures on this model. Like, I think it looks better than it did in 06. But like, I do not hate that aside from the teeth. I think you're right.
Yeah, I don't remember the teeth being that bad in the game. I just literally finished it. I don't ever
British
remember seeing his
Robotnik.
teeth.
I must say though, I did actually like 06 Robotnik's design, because when I first saw it, I was like, oh cool, that's how Robotnik would look if he was real. And I think if they could literally just replicate 06 Robotnik's like physique and costume and just stick it on Jim Carrey, we might actually be onto a winner. Like, that could work, right? Like,
Yeah, because I mean, he's not like, because the 06 Robotnik's obviously he's got like more human proportions to him, like especially like his stomach. Like, he's still big, but like, you know, when people are saying, oh, Jim Carrey's gonna be in a fat suit in this new movie, it makes me think of like those, you know, those like blow up samurai like costumes. Not samurai, sorry,
like a
the
sumo
costumes.
outfit.
The sumo, you know, those blow up sumo costumes that you see on TikTok or whatever. Like, I think of that.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm hoping that it's not that exaggerated, because that's going to restrict Jim Carrey's like movement, and that's part of the fun.
Have you ever seen that deleted scene from Sonic 2 where Robotnik eats some wild mushrooms and they do a little distortion effect on his face, but it kind of ends up accidentally looking like the Pingus version of Dr. Robotnik? I'm putting it in Backrooms.
As
soon as it sends, as soon as this... Come on, man. There it is.
Oh my god.
Oh Christ, no, I haven't seen that.
Oh god. Okay.
I kind of wish that
I
scene
have
was
not
in the
seen
film.
that. That's creepy. That's creepy looking.
But he looks like the Pingus version.
He does look like, yeah, you're right. Oh gosh.
Hell yeah.
Oh, the way his eyes are like sunken in like that is freaking me out. Ooh.
So, the other big revelation from that trailer is that Shadow will be having his motorcycle, which I think is awesome, because I think, you know what Sega's like. Did something that wasn't very popular, shy away from it for several centuries, and now they seem to finally be emerging from the cave with their little depression beards and saying, okay, maybe the motorcycle was kind of cool. And like, I like that the movies are taking this thing that people did clown on back in 05 and are just like, yeah, he's got the fucking motorcycle. I like that. I'm kind of hoping we'll go the whole hog and have him have a gun for at least like a scene or something, or like a joke like they did in Lego Dimensions.
That's right. They do that little joke. I'm fine. Like I'm glad that they're referencing more of Shadow's, his iconic stuff. I feel like the gun might be out of the question. I think that'd be weird to put in the.
Yeah, there's going to be no gun. Because this is not just aimed for it's like aimed for kids as well.
Well, we've seen other we've seen human characters carrying guns in these movies.
They weren't even real guns though.
No, but there's the bit with the gun
guns?
soldiers, and they all pull the guns out, and the priest has one. I don't know.
Are
It
they
doesn't have
real
to be.
guns, though? I don't know.
It doesn't have to be a realistic gun, but if he has a gun at some point, I'll be happy. The other thing is, there's the rumor that this movie is PG-13, and I don't know how much.
The Nerf gun.
I don't know how much I believe that, but if it's PG-13, I believe they are allowed to say one fuck word. So, I'm thinking
It's not gonna happen. They're not gonna.
We've had Shadow say "damn."
PG-13 though, is it?
Allegedly, it might be. I don't know. That's a rumor, but
Yeah, that means it would be 12 here. I can't see the first two movies being PG, then the
it
third
would
one
be
suddenly being 12.
12A, wouldn't it? So a kid
Well,
can come accompanied by an adult.
I've never understood that rating, 12A. So that means you can bring someone to the cinema who's under 12 as long as they're under adult supervision.
Which is surely just PG.
Yeah,
I guess
then,
if it's
when it gets released to DVD or what have you, it's then 12, which means it doesn't matter if you're under 12, you're not allowed to watch it.
PG just means no legal guardians or adopted parents, and 12A
I actually have a
means
fun story.
you can bring a kid
about-
that you've just met to the cinema.
Don't do that. I've got a fun story about movie ratings and me going to see a movie once.
I hope it's as gripping as the
it was-
Narwhal story. That was amazing.
It was thanks. It was pretty good. So a while back, so I have two brothers. I'm older than them by like a handful of years, but I'm not very tall and I don't look very old. Like I definitely don't look my age. So I drove them to the movie theater so we could go see the first Deadpool movie. And when we get to the front and we're getting the tickets, the guy looks at me and says, "Can I see your ID for these tickets?" And I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like I just realized one of the only times I've ever left the house without my ID. And I was like, I don't have it. And so the guy looks at my brothers, who are probably 15 at this point, and I think I'm like around 19,
38-ish,
20. Yeah, and he looks at me, he looks at them and he goes, "Okay, next time you guys make sure he has his ID, okay?" And they don't card my brothers, because they look older than me. So I didn't take them to see Deadpool. They took me to see Deadpool. I almost got turned away because I was slightly younger looking than I should be.
Those
that was posting their tasers, or at least
but the first one's definitely a real gun, right? Like the one Wade's holding there.
But you kind of expect the police officer to have one.
Shadow. I just realized Agent Stone's face in the rock behind Robotnik in that picture above.
So
God!
Too.
It's so frightening.
It's also very funny that Wade has a real gun when he's like the comic relief character.
But okay, if
the priest is only allowed to have a taser.
Yeah, I don't think the police department know he's the comic relief one.
If the movie is PG-13, we've heard Shadow say "damn." I want to hear him say "fuck." I want to hear him say it.
No, they won't say that.
I want it to be that he's not expecting to get hit, so he's in a moment where he goes, "I'm the coolest," and he gets kicked in the back of the head and goes, "Fuck."
No, it will go "damn." I wouldn't be surprised if he says "damn," but there's nowhere to send the F word.
They'll
I
get so
can
many
see
complaints,
him say damn, but I feel like even that's like maybe not. Like I could see it, but I doubt it.
At most, you'd probably get shit, and that's it. They alluded to shit in the second one.
Did they?
Yeah, when Robotnik's like, "Get me off
shit.
this piece of shiitake planet."
Yeah, wow, yeah. I guess.
That's true. Forgot about that.
Genuinely funny.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Shadow, they actually, and his motorcycle and all the cool shit he does, they actually made his motorcycle real.
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna get that
gonna
picture
be
up on the stream.
It's gonna be on tour this year, starting at MotoGP in Austin, Texas.
So the Year of Shadow is real. Like, we've all made the joke, it's the Year of Shadow, but it's real. And it's been dubbed Fearless, the Year of Shadow. Now, fun little reference there is in the Sonic Twitter takeover, there has been the joke that Shadow and Amy are both Swifties. And Amy was asked what Shadow's favorite Taylor Swift album was, to which she responded, Fearless. So...
He's plagiarizing?
Could it be that Shadow's whole thing is just that he's a massive fucking Swiftie? But I've just put a picture of...
No.
I've put a picture of the Dark Rider up on screen for everyone to see. They've made the motorcycle into a real thing, which I think is awesome. Hopefully they can make his gun into a real thing too. But
There's gonna be no gun.
make the gun into a real thing.
It's not gonna be there. But speaking
Make
of that,
Rouge
can
the
you
Bat
imagine,
into a real thing at last.
everyone wants like proper Sonic music in this film, and then when Shadow comes on the screen, instead of All of Me, it's Taylor Swift Fearless that plays. Ah, jeez.
He shows up on screen and you hear, I don't know about you. I'm feeling 22. Because he's been in the containment pod for 22 years.
All he's had is like little headphones in, listening to Taylor Swift.
It sounds like, and I don't mean this as like a dig at Taylor Swift or anything, but you imagine if they locked you in a cryopod and forced you to listen to anything for 50 years, you'd be like, I hate this so much.
But hang on,
Like,
Taylor
this is
Swift
actual
isn't even
torture.
50 years old. What's going on here? They get those time
Think
travel
Taylor
posts.
Swift would be in the movie?
They got those time travel posts. She'll play Amy. They've got those time travel posts from Sonic CD, and they've just got like future, get all the Taylor Swift music, past, and then they play it for Shadow.
They go back. They specifically use it to torture Shadow the Hedgehog for 50
But it's
years.
not torture. He's just vibing in his chamber.
That's why he's so mad when they let him out. He's like, I can't hear my music anymore.
There's a point though. Tay-Tay could play Amy.
I guess. Yeah.
I could vibe
don't
with
know.
that.
I don't know who
Still
it'll
better
be.
than still better than Aquafina, right? Like,
Literally, isn't that like a brand of water bottles? Like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
no, Aquafina's like just one of those celebrities that Hollywood is just trying to push and push and push, and people just aren't interested.
Oh, that's too bad for them. I
And
guess.
it's not even like she's always playing side characters. It's always like they're trying to push her as like the main event of all these movies, and people are like, but we don't care for Aquafina though.
I just know the water bottle. That's all. Aquafina. Isn't that like that's a water brand, right?
I don't think
Am
so.
I crazy?
I don't think so.
Aquafina.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
can't
spelled
say
like
I've heard of it.
water. Aquafina.
No, it's not. It's not spelled aqua. It's like aqua, or like with
yeah,
a
no.
with a W.
That's I'm seeing that. That's the actress's name. But there's a water bottle brand, at least here, called Aquafina. That's spelled, AQUAFINA. Aquafina.
I'm gonna Google it. I want to look into this. You're
It's
right.
real, yeah.
No, it is real. Yeah.
See?
I can't wait
I'm not
for the
always wrong.
newest uprising star, Yakult. I'm looking forward to it.
The newest uprising star, Nestle.
Have you ever? Wait, do you have Yakult in America?
I have no idea what that is.
Wait, Red, have you ever had Yakult?
I've got some in my fridge actually, but I've never had it. It's for Pippa. She wanted to buy some for.
Dude,
some
treat
reason.
yourself to one of them. Just treat yourself to one of them. Say Santa had it. Because Yakult is like the most delicious...
in the middle of April. Oh, sorry, Pippa. Santa had this one.
It was just a test.
He had to
Test to
stop
see how she'd
by.
respond. And if she responds all polite and stuff, Santa will get her extra treats.
Okay.
It's fucking
Wait, so
April.
it's a small crispy rice cracker, great for any occasion.
That's
Is that
not what
you're talking about?
Yakult is. No, Yakult
No.
is like a healthy bacteria drink, but it's like a yogurty tasting thing. But it is the most delicious
Oh.
fucking thing ever. And
It's like a
here's the thing:
kefir.
is I was all like,
Okay.
oh man, they should make it in big bottles. I would buy it like by 1 liter bottle
Kefir.
and just drink the whole ass thing. But the thing is, because it's comprised of lots of healthy bacteria and stuff, you wouldn't want to drink a whole ass 1 liter bottle of Yakult. You just wouldn't. But I would
Okay.
want to, just for the flavor. Dude, Red, you've
Alright,
got to try it.
okay.
You've got to try it.
I might have to. I'll try one tomorrow, because they're gonna go.
Dude,
out
go
and
grab it
date
right
me.
now, live tasting.
Dude, yeah,
If I go-
taste,
if I go
test,
outside my
taste,
door-
test.
If I go outside my door, Pippa will see me, and then I won't be back for another 5 minutes, but she won't let me go.
Have you tried
Unless you want her
saying,
to say
let
hello
me
on the
go,
street.
child?
I can't.
No, it's okay.
I'm stuck in here.
Haha, your kid
Okay.
loves you.
Sonic Fans 1661 says Yakult is sold here in Walmarts in the States. So,
Yeah. Oh, really?
Look for that, Gareth.
Is everyone in agreement then?
Okay.
Dude, Dylan, you got to try Yakult.
I mean, I guess I could. I just
It'd
gotta
probably do you
find
good.
it.
You're like a big bundle of medical issues. Like, you do well with it.
We could all have some Yakults when we do our race.
Oh my god,
race.
yes. That's going in the thumbnail as well. There's
Sponsored
going to
by
be
Yakult.
a little Yakult pot in the thumbnail. Dude, it's warm
Alright,
for
we'll
April,
do it
man.
then.
I've got to put my desk fan on.
Be a good idea.
Way too
Oh.
bloody warm.
Alright.
Alright, well, Year of Shadow, guys. We got the first nice renders in fucking 58 decades.
I find it funny, though, that the Year of Shadow so far comprises of a small, like, shitty Shadow costume for Sonic Superstars, a port with a game that we've seen, like, 16 seconds of footage of, and a movie that actually will probably be pretty good, but, like, that's not the thing I'm making fun of. And then they just have, like, a bunch of, like, other stuff that's just like, yeah, the Year of Shadow, guys! Like, if I were to... Okay, so this is gonna be a flashback to the Year of Luigi that Nintendo did. They made several games. There are several games that year that had, like, very big Luigi prominence. So, like, so far, Year of Shadow is looking pretty sparse.
I don't know, he didn't get a movie, though. A movie's kind of a big deal.
He did not get a movie, that's true. But Year of Luigi had so many games. Like, Year of
Luigi
games,
didn't even get to be in the fucking Mario movie.
He was let down a little bit. Okay, we had Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. We had Luigi's Mansion, New Super Luigi U, which is technically an expansion pack. We had Mario and Luigi Dream Team, which Luigi was a huge player. Like, he was very Luigi focused. There's Dr. Luigi.
Well, bear in mind
game.
that Shadow will be in Sonic Toys Party.
Well, thank goodness.
And to be fair, you mentioned a port, but to be fair, Shadow Generations is, to my knowledge or understanding, a separate game.
No, it's combined with the port. It's a port and a game that has very
you know what I think it is?
off.
I do not think the Generations port is the main event. I think it's literally, we've got a 2-hour-long Shadow game here, and we want to sell it for $60.
Yeah.
So we're going to throw in Generations.
As far as I understood, they're both separate games. The Sonic Generations remaster is literally that, a remaster or remake or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the Shadow one is actually a different separate game. Whether it be as long or anything, that's still yet to be seen.
I believe, and you should never take these things as a gospel, but on Bumblecast, I believe Ian Flynn's co-host said that it's at least as long as Sonic Generations. But, again, nothing there should be taken as absolute gospel.
Mm. I see where
Surprised they're allowed
is
to say that.
coming from with the whole... Like, so you're saying that the Year of Luigi was much bigger than the Year of Shadow, because Year of Shadow is not getting anywhere near as much. But
So far, yeah.
Yes, but when you kind of think about it, we're getting a Shadow movie, well, Sonic movie with Shadow that's going to be the main element of it. Shadow's getting his own game.
No, that is big.
They've actually made a new motorbike about it, and then he's got his own costume. I know there's just those little bits, but it's all coming in one big lump. It's all coming this year. And the last thing we had about Shadow, like properly about Shadow, was in 2006 with Sonic 06. That's the last time we were able to play Shadow.
Not quite. Sonic Forces.
Unless you count Sonic Forces.
Which I do.
That's, well, an episode where you get to play 3 levels as him. That's
but you could also play as him in the rest of the game. Like, they did.
Bad levels.
They put him. They put him on the box. Like, he was a. Did they put him on the box? No, they didn't put him on the box. What the fuck?
No, he's not on the box.
I just remembered it's metal.
You have to beat the level as Sonic first, and then you can play as Shadow.
That is still like, look, it might not be good. It's not good, but it is something. Like, and the Shadow avatar pieces. But yeah, no, I do agree with Red that this is still quite a big deal. Also,
I forgot about that.
I'm not counting it. I'm not counting this, but you could argue that Prime could factor into that. Because Shadow was quite a player in Prime, and obviously Prime wasn't coordinated to be in with the Year of Shadow, but...
Something that... Sorry, carry on.
Oh, no, I'm kind of finished with that one.
Oh, yeah, something that annoyed me about Prime was that with the first trailer they showed Sonic and Shadow fighting for a little bit, and it's like, oh, this is looking good. And then when I watched the whole season, that Shadow was right at the beginning, and then you don't see him for the rest of the season till literally right the last moment. And then with season 2's trailer, they showed a lot more of him. It's like, okay, Shadow's really getting involved. And the first episode, he's all involved, and then that's it. He's bugged off again for the rest of the season till right at the last episode. And then season 3 was basically the same again. They
literally threw him in a ditch for season 3.
Then when it actually came to it, he just he's in a ditch for God knows how long.
Like the others, they at least had so part 1 is obviously like he's not in the story yet. Part 2 is like, oh, okay, he can't get into the other universes. And then part 3, we just put him in a ditch for a bit.
Objective Binary was pretty much got it right. They aced Shadow's personality and dynamic, but they just kept benching him. And the trailers just kept saying, look, we got Shadow. And the real thing comes out, like, off he goes. He's been left in the changing rooms for a while.
I could forgive all of that, though, were it not for the fact that the show was fucking boring in the end.
The season 3 was so repetitive.
Yeah.
2 or 3 episodes could have just been done in one.
I
think you could make
repetitive to the point where I wish I hadn't watched it. Like, I wish I had not watched those episodes.
You could make a decent but a little flawed 90-minute movie out of Prime, and it would be a lot better than the show. It wouldn't be brilliant, but it would at least be a lot better. Like, just fully abridged. Give us a Kai. Give us a Kai of Prime. Sonic Prime Kai.
I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, you're right. It's not.
I don't think it's interesting enough, like fun enough.
Yeah, that's also like.
I think it's just goofy because, like, who knows? I mean, wasn't it like Sega saying like, "Hey, don't use Shadow very much, but you could still use him sometimes as a treat"?
Allegedly, it allegedly there is a mandate to use Shadow sparingly.
It's weird because, like, if that indeed is, and because that did come out partially this year, right? That was season 3 was this year.
Season 3 was this year.
So, like, if you think about it, it doesn't make any sense for them to be like, use Shadow sparingly leading up to our fucking massive Shadow the Hedgehog renaissance. Like,
unless maybe that's why they were like, we don't want people confusing. We don't want people getting confused and thinking it's the year of Shadow already.
Yeah.
I think it's just stupid. I think it's just, if that is indeed Sega's thing and that's why Shadow didn't appear very much, dumb. Like, idiot, dumb, stupid.
I did just start watching the Japanese version of Sonic X recently. I've watched the first couple of episodes, and I was already fairly familiar with the US one. But when I watched the Japanese one, it was always kind of like an emotional experience. Like, oh, it's like a proper anime. I've wanted that. I've wanted that for a while, even down to having like anime-style end credits with a little, like, I don't know why, but something about Sonic just watching his adventures back on a TV before he dozes off to sleep was just so utterly what I needed, and I don't know why it struck that chord with me, but it did.
That's fair. I've heard a lot of people like the Japanese version better.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much universal. Everyone says the Japanese one's better. The only thing I can't get on with the Japanese one is like the music. I'm pretty much in the minority about this opinion. But I just feel that the music doesn't really go with what's going on screen. Whereas the 4Kids one, I think they did it a lot better. But that's the only thing they did better.
I guess I'd have to watch more of it to understand. But like, from what I saw of the first 2 episodes. From what I saw of the first 2 episodes, I definitely preferred the musical cues here. I've also seen that some bits have music from the games in the Japanese dubs. I say dubs, the Japanese versions. And I believe does like Live and Learn not play over like the Bio Lizard fight, which is like that would be a big that'd be a big sticking point for me if you get rid of that.
But there's so many things in the English dub that I would be so sad to lose. Like, I'm thinking of like especially Mike Pollock as Eggman. Like, he delivers some of those lines in a way that will make me laugh till the end of time. Like there's that one clip where Eggman's like walking into the president's Oval Office or whatever, and they're like, "How did you get in here?" And he goes, "I pretended I was a bar of soap and gave them the slip."
That is very good.
Funny as shit.
The thing that persuaded me,
they do such a good job at like writing Eggman and, you know, adapting his lines or whatever. And also just Mike does an incredible job with the delivery of them.
The thing that persuaded me onto the Japanese version, though, the thing that made me say, okay, I definitely got to watch this one if I'm going to commit to it, was Molly the pilot's death scene. I saw, like, the comparison, and, like, yeah, Molly the fighter pilot straight up fucking gets iced in the Japanese version. She dies. But in the English one, she just kind of flies away. And she's fine. She survived. There's like a line where it's like,
differences like that. I need to give Japanese version a proper watch, because I've only watched a couple.
Yeah, I definitely intend to watch the rest, but yeah, it's kind of, I feel like when Prime was on the way, it was like, oh, we're getting one in the games universe. This is what I've been wanting since I was a kid, and it did not deliver on that for me. So then going to Japanese Sonic X and being like, okay, let's see what the hubbub's about. I'm like, oh, there we go. That's the one. There we go. Now we're talking. You know, like that's kind of my response to that. It's the boy. It's the real boy.
Him.
And we've got the other boys too. We don't have fucking Nine or Sails. No, we got fucking Tails, man. Like, we got Tails.
The Fox. My gosh, it's been so long since I've watched Sonic X at all. But I've got some fond memories of it, you know, just from like childhood.
Yeah, hell yeah. But I think the Year of Shadow is gonna be good. I'm game.
I'm hoping so.
Cool.
Like I'm more enthusiastic, you know, because the games have been better. So
I thought you hated the games.
I don't like Sonic Superstars, but I don't hate it.
I thought you
like I've played it too much at this point. Like that's why my reluctance of doing a race was like, I've already played through this game like 4 times.
Yeah, well now you've agreed to it. Too late, can't back out now. There's no such thing as consensual withdrawal.
I'm a bit like that. Superstars could have been a lot better, and
yeah,
it's
disappointing.
I'm one of those ones that still wish there was a Mania 2. It just makes a lot more sense that there was. But, some disagreements that happened. Yeah.
I think the game is perfect.
I wouldn't say too long. Like if they suddenly said, you know what, we're going to do Mania 2 instead, like for the next year or two, I'll be like, yeah, that's fine. I'll wait as long as I need to. It means getting it.
Superstars is literally perfect. I did have a guy tweet on my behalf at one point saying that the game wasn't perfect, but he has been killed, and the game is perfect.
Yes, perfect shit.
Exactly. I just, when you start throwing around the term perfect, I know you're being hyperbolic, but like...
I am being no more hyperbolic right now than I was when I said that Paper Mario The 1,000-Year Door is a horrible game, and I hate it.
Don't you start with me. Don't you fucking start.
That was so funny how you almost got convinced on that live stream.
Because most of the time when I talk to like friends, the people that I talk to a lot of, right? Like I can't tell when people are bullshitting me sometimes. Because like I get to the point where it's like, I think I know people really well, and then they'll say something and I'll be like, shit, I know this person really well, but apparently they use that to their advantage, because I'm like a very trusting person.
I mean, to be fair, though, you know that I do have some hot takes. Well, I don't think Superstars is by any stretch perfect, and I do think it's a much lower quality of game than, say, Mania. I do still enjoy Superstars a lot.
No, I know you have that, yeah. It's not perfect. That's definitely the bullshit.
I feel like the level design is not much better than the Dimps Advanced Series level design in terms of bullshit that can get you from off-screen, and I think Trip Store is not worth the hassle, and the boss fights... I would rather fucking do an Ikaruga fight than those fucking boss fights.
I'd rather do my laundry than play those boss fights.
I would literally rather Sonic hop into a little space vehicle and start doing top-down shooter stuff like he did in Frontiers.
That is a hot take. I think I wouldn't rather have that. But I need to do my laundry, though. That's something I always have trouble with. I like let it stack up way too high.
All right, man. Well, do your laundry after the show, then, man. Like...
I'll just do my washing. I'm going to put it in the dryer once this stream is over.
I stay on top of my laundry. I got no laundry to do. My laundry's done.
Y'all got good habits.
I only do it when the electric's cheap. It's like, oh, it's cheap today. Or when they're paying me to use electric. Like, right, I'm definitely doing it now.
Wait, hang on. What's that? What, paying you to use electric?
Yeah. In fact, tomorrow is a good day. I'm on Octopus Energy. And tomorrow from... Let me have a look.
Wait, did you say Octopus Energy or Optimus?
Octopus Energy, yeah.
Oh, I wanted to get on that.
Because 10:30 in the morning, it's minus 1.83 pence per kilowatt.
I
And
need
it
to
goes
get on
up to
Octopus, man.
minus 7.
I've been meaning to switch for a while because I'm on British Gas, and British Gas are fucking incompetent. Moved into this place, it was already on British Gas, and we were like, hey, we'd like to pay our gas bill, please. And they were like, okay, sure, we'll open an account for you. They open the account, they close the account, they open the account, they close the account. I keep having to go through the tech support. Then they're like, oh, okay, so, right, the reason we rejected your reading was because it was suspiciously high compared to the previous reading. I'm like, what previous reading are you talking about? The one before you moved in. It's like, yeah, well, go fucking figure. I could have told you that. And then, so it continues. I'm like, okay, well, can I pay it now? And like, yeah, sure, here, hang on, we'll get you the thing. I'm like, all right, so my account's been closed again. What's going on here? Oh, we realized something, right? The previous tenants never closed their account. I'm like, all right, so apparently me saying I just moved in here didn't immediately give you the idea that the previous tenant moved out, but okay then. So what do? They open 2 different accounts, and
then you pay for both of them.
And one of them they assigned to one of the other flats, but were addressing to us, so we were paying 2 sets of bills for a bit. Managed to get a refund, but I'm just like, my god, how did it come to this? You are the professionals, not me. So I'm definitely trying to get away from British Gas.
Professionals, come on.
This is insane.
They literally,
this is
it's
insane.
It blows my mind how like so many companies are like that, and it's like, how have you made it this far? Like, how do you do this and keep going? You know, like
it's like, oh, you moved in, but your electricity bill, it went up since you started using the electricity. It's like, I know, right? Like,
does anyone know how this works? Please, someone get the manager on the phone.
Don't worry. Hang on. Let me just sit my little tushy down in your office. Let me open up your files. Okay, so as you can see here, the consumption up, so money. You know, it took us 6 months to pay our first electricity bill because of this.
You see, when we use the electricity, we have to pay more for it.
Do you not want the money? You know what it was that got them. You know what it was that got them to finally haul a little bit of ass? Was, okay, so I did try to switch to Octopus first. But Octopus were like, oh, we need the consent of your previous provider. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, no. Why do they have jurisdiction over your life now?
And so, the way I got in haul ass was I went to the financial ombudsman and was just like, I am terrified of how much that bill is going to come to. And they were like, no sweat, boss, we're on it. And that's what got them to pull their finger out and give me 2 accounts.
I hate so much.
If you ever do switch, let me know. We can both save 50 quid.
Referral scheme, right?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
This is how we become best friends. Sorry, Dylan.
If you look in back rooms, you'll see tomorrow from 10:30, they're going to pay me per kilowatt I use.
That's amazing. That's the most amazing fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
So at 10:30 in the morning, if I turn everything on and use as much electric as I can,
you're literally making a profit.
You can. It's very hard to, but you can.
Dude, I would just plug in like every single appliance I've ever owned and be like, on.
I do. There was one point it was minus 19 pence per kilowatt for a whole hour. So I turned the oven on. I turned the tumble dryer on.
You burned down the house.
Yeah. Literally every single telly I had, every single
was worth it, fellas.
The BVM went on. Everything. Come on.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, having all those consoles plugged in for your videos probably does something, right?
That would help.
Speaking of those consoles,
it's time for a PowerPoint party.
Yeah, okay, Pop. I was thinking about it. I don't really want to interrupt the flow right now. I don't want to wall read stuff off behind a PowerPoint
No, of
party
course.
that has nothing to do with
Even
anything.
though you've already done that now, but no, go on.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
It's sometimes I'll do a PowerPoint presentation that's loosely associated with the stream.
It doesn't have to be associated with the stream. I keep telling you this.
I know, but it's better if it is. And last week I made one, but we forgot to do it, so we were gonna do it today. But I don't want to do it.
Now you can't be bothered.
do it later.
Feel like it. We'll
do
save it for
later.
Another one.
No,
I'm sure we'll have another one about favorite games or
the
Sonic
people
Adventure,
miss the PowerPoint party.
No, it's okay. I'll make another one for next week. It'll be different, and then we'll
say we run a
save
poll.
this one and use it.
We run a poll.
Yeah, I'll say run a poll.
Oh God. Okay. Well, anyway, so Okay. All right. So
What? What the kind of poll is that?
If he doesn't want to do it, he doesn't want to do it. I'm not going to get a poll to get him to do it.
okay.
Yeah, I'm just putting
Fucking-
on that one.
All right. Okay. So when we have guests on the show, we usually say, "Oh, okay, what do you guys want to talk about? Like, what do you think we should talk about this episode?" So we've talked about our news. We've done a lot of stuff on that, but we wanted to talk to you about all of your "but does it work on real hardware" and all of your videos and things you've been doing, and how you mentioned you wanted to talk about some like console stuff, and I really wanted to hear more about that stuff. Like,
Yeah,
I would really
you asked me
like-
what
If you wanna
talk about,
explain-
and that was like, I can talk about this.
I would
That's
really
Yeah.
like Rouge the Bat to work on my real hardware.
Oh god.
so
That
Red,
was even a
if
joke
you would
in my
like to
last video.
explain, if
Not about Rouge
you
though.
would
It wasn't
like to
involving
explain
Rouge. Yes, sorry.
what you do with your real hardware videos, like explain for people who
Yeah, what
might
do
not
you
have
do
seen
with
them
your real
before.
hardware, Red?
How
Is-
does
Well,
do they-
my
do they
real
call you
hardware
Red for
hasn't
a
been
reason,
used for
huh?
about 2 years now. So, unless you count solar play. So yes, my hardware. So I don't know. I think when I was doing my YouTube channel, I was doing the same thing as everyone else. Like, let's do a let's play of this, let's do a live stream, and then I tried doing reviews, and the reviews did a bit better. But it's everyone does that. I needed a niche that no one else had done, and so one day I got a new Master System, and someone entered a Master System Sonic ROM hack for the Sonic hacking contest. So I thought, I'm going to do a video on this kind of review, but see if it actually works on the real thing. The very first hardware video is not like the ones that I do now,
Mhm.
but it seemed to go quite popular. So I did another one and then another one, and then suddenly my subscribers started building up quite fast. And so I
Hell
think
yeah.
I finally found my niche. So, because a lot of people these days are all emulators. They any hacks or just normal games for that matter, they just put on an emulator, especially when it comes to streaming, because it's quick, cheap, easy. It's so everyone does that now. So I thought, I'm going to start using some
Stop
of my
looking at
hardware
me.
I'm
consoles.
sorry.
Yeah, I'm still staring at Gallus. Yeah, so it started to become quite popular. I started watching other videos on how to improve the stream quality. I think one of them is My Life in Game, and they're a big contributor to why I started doing all of this. So it's all their fault that I spent a lot of money on this. Why has Gallus just got so much bigger on the stream?
This is
What?
This is Big Gary. It's a phenomenon that only occurs every once in a blue moon. So
Big Gary.
Big
Yeah.
Gary.
So,
All right. Yeah, I'm growing. I'm at that age where I'm just growing. 28.
sorry, please continue though, Red.
that's right. So yeah, so now I've got all my consoles, and that's the reviews that people seem to enjoy. It's just something that anyone can watch, anyone play a game on an emulator. If they want the hardware one, that's when they come and watch me play that. It seems to work, and a lot of people do think that because of this, I don't like emulators or I hate them, and that's not the case at all. Emulators definitely have a place in this community, and I keep meaning to make a video about that. It's actually on my ideas board. I just haven't got around to it yet. Because I actually used emulators for making my own Sonic games. It's just, again, quick and easy to quickly test them. But
Mhm.
the hardware always have the final say. If it doesn't work on hardware, then the game's no good. You need to fix it so it works on the hardware. And that was one of the ones that I did with Sonic 2 Recreation. I used emulators for so long, and it was working perfectly. Eventually, I tried it on hardware, and it crashed immediately. It's like, okay, something's not right here.
Game design, man.
Yeah.
I want to hear about your games. Like, what are you working on games wise?
Oh, what, making games? I haven't done that for a very long time. Everyone keeps asking for part 2 of Sonic 2 Recreation or version 3 of Sonic Bash. It's just not happening.
Well,
I
these
don't-
are all
Sonic Bash.
new to me. I wanna find out about these. So
Okay,
Sonic
well,
Bash is
yeah.
yours, right?
Yeah, so I don't mean to plug myself here, but
No, by all
I've got
means.
I've got a
That's what
website,
it's for.
and on red.sonic.com, and there is a downloads page where you can see all the ROM hacks that I've done. There are 4 altogether, which is Red Hot Sonic 2. That was my very first one, and that's how Red Hot Sonic was iconically born, actually.
Ron, yeah.
Then you got Sonic 2
Ronic.
Time Attack, which is basically Sonic 2, but it has some extra features. So it shows you what your times are. You can record your times, and it has other bits like if you don't beat your previous time, it'll kill you instantly. It has a replay feature, although it don't work very well. That sort of stuff. Then there's Sonic 2 Recreation, which is my main one, and I never finished it. But that's where I do my own.
Supports an
levels,
amazing Spider-Man
different
overhaul,
graphics.
multiple characters, new zones, a brand new boss, a new DAC driver, which supports. Oh, it sounds
Yeah,
cool.
that was quite big. Like in 2012-13, because disassembly started becoming a big thing around then. Red Hot Sonic 2 is not using disassembly; you actually had to hack the ROM itself. But Sonic 2 Recreation, like a brand new boss. There's a brand new boss. Oh my god! Wow. Now in 2024, like a brand new boss is just like a very simple thing that people seem to do. If it doesn't have a brand new boss in it, what the hell are you playing it for? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then Sonic Bash
But
is my most complete one. I'm really happy with that. It's a multiplayer one only, so it's a lot of bosses for Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. One of you's Sonic, one of you's Tails, and you compete with each other to beat the living shit out of Eggman. Whoever gets the most hits wins in the time limit.
We should do
Yeah.
this.
Well, we
Uh,
played that one a while back. We
yeah.
did that one for a little collab. That was a good time.
Yep.
Should do it
And
again.
it has extra stuff like you can bounce off each other to get in each other's way. Eggman drops random monitors that can either give you rings or it can make you freeze for a moment, or even swaps each other's scores. So like Gallus could be winning by like 10 points, and then I'll get a switcheroo, which suddenly I now have as 10 points, that sort of thing. So it makes it quite
I think that did
entertaining.
happen for
Yeah.
one of them, right? When we were playing.
It did,
I was
yeah.
like, no, you can't do, like, you won everyone. But also, I was winning that one match and you stole my points.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay.
The best thing I remember though, it kind of brought a tear to my eye, is that I can't remember their name, but there was this group of I think they were Brazilian, but there were a group of Brazilians that just took my Sonic Bash game to gospel, and they made competitions out of it. And there's this one video
Oh.
on YouTube, I'll try to find it, where they were like doing the final cup or something, playing Sonic Bash, and the person that won, and they all cheered. Like, "Ah!" It was like, oh my god! It was just it's like, wow, my
That's
game
gotta be a
brought
sick
a lot
moment.
of people together. So yeah, that. But I got out of that game ages ago. I don't have time to do YouTube and make ROM hacks, and YouTube brings extra pocket money in and pays the bills. Making ROM hacks don't.
Well, hey, I mean, you've
Right.
still made what you've made, you know? Like, this, like, as long as that doesn't disappear off the face of the earth, you know? Like, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, that should be around forever, hopefully.
Until they destroy
Just
the
like the
internet.
YouTube videos. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I guess until
yeah.
the internet goes away.
Just like YouTube videos, Dylan. We've all seen the one where you twerk.
That's
You can
not a
delete it
thing
all
that
you want,
happens.
I
Dylan.
have not seen this.
Delete it all you want,
It's 'cause it's
Dylan.
not real.
We've all got it. We've all
It's-
got. Anybody in the chat got the Dylan twerking video?
That's what Pup's got like 65 terabytes of data on his computer, and it's just that video over and over again.
No, I don't have it. I'm asking for the people in the chat who have it.
Yeah. But what was I gonna say about the boss thing? About you having the custom boss in there?
Yeah,
Even though it's like the mainstay now, you know, like that's still like, hey, you know, you went out of your way to do that when it was not the mainstay, and it's like that's the thing that appeals to, I'm sure, everybody. You know, like,
Yeah.
and that everybody saw and was like, damn, look at that.
yeah. I was quite happy when I made that boss, and it took me a long time. But if I look at the code now, it's very, very messy. And if any proper tech member looks at my code now, they go, "Oh my god, this is a huge, gigantic mess." Because if I remember right, I think I just cloned the Casino Night boss and then just edited it from that.
See, this
Hey, you
is
gotta do what you gotta do.
this is how a real modder thinks. Because like, if I was like a modder or something, I'd just be like, remember the Casino Night boss? 2 Casino Night bosses.
Yeah, that's older ROM hack. In fact, Red Hot Sonic 2 does do that. The Emerald Hill boss is there twice, and For the second time that he comes, I just removed a bit of the floor so he goes up and down a bit. That's the only difference.
Sorry, for the second time he comes, he goes up and down a bit.
You know what I mean? God. Yeah, you
Welcome
are
to my
childish,
world.
aren't you?
Proper adult meets fake adult.
I won't tell you about the cloned Mystic Cave zones when he starts drilling again then.
Wait, Red, have
Oh
you ever
my.
disclosed your age online, or is that the
Yeah, I'm 35.
35? God damn, you
Yeah.
could have fooled me. What you doing hanging out with us teenagers then, huh? What's going on
Okay.
here?
I don't know, no one around my own age. It really pees me off when I see people on Twitter going, I turned 22 today. God, I'm old. And oh, fuck off. No, you're not.
Look, I'm sorry, I'm just a little scared of turning 28 soon, alright? I'm just a little scared of my own mortality.
28 doesn't feel any different to me. You know what's funny? When I turned 27, I felt older than I did when I turned 28, which is weird. Like,
I'm just
27 sounds older to me than 28 does.
I'm just like 28 and no GF, man. Sit by the beach. The music video begins.
Oh, pup. Oh, boy.
It's because I keep
Gosh,
killing them, I'm
alright.
sorry.
Jesus. So, okay. So what I wanted to bring up about the hardware videos, Red. First of all, if you guys haven't seen these videos, you gotta go see those. They're very fun. Not just for like the like at the end you just see, yes, it works. Like that's not the thing you're watching for. You're watching for the shenanigans, and you know how you choose to interpret it, and like
I watched
the things you do.
Just this morning, I watched the bootleg Game Boy one, and the Sonic Crackers one, and yeah, they were a good time. Especially the Game Boy one, where you had to keep, doing the save state thing.
Yeah, that's the only hardware one I've used save states because I was literally forced to. I try not to use them because they can interfere with the results. So
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Because if the game crashes, well, is that because the game just crashed or because I used the save state? I don't know. So, with the Mario ones, I was really tempted to, and then there was one I didn't put in the videos; it wasn't needed. There was one I was like, I'm just gonna have to use the save state. And when I did it, the music started screwing up. I was like, okay, so I definitely can't use it. Yeah, it's just that happens. But that latest Mario one's my proudest one. Everyone seems to agree. They said that my editing had got a lot better, and that's worth all this Vegas.
I mean,
crashes.
even better, because the editing was, to be fair, good to begin with.
Yeah, I always thought the editing was good, like the camera quality, all that stuff.
Yeah, I try to put too much effort into my videos, and sometimes that makes me procrastinate. I should have been getting my next video out done by now.
So Dylan, camera quality has nothing to do with editing, you stupid bitch.
Well, no, I'm talking like lighting and like keeping track of all that shit.
Yeah,
I find that difficult,
I will smack
the
you on
videos
the
always
back of
look
the
good.
head, young man. You behave yourself.
But anyway, like I was gonna say,
I think Gavin has a point though, because a lot of people don't seem to realize how much effort does go into not just my videos, but in a lot of people's videos. One light that can go wrong, and it would just look a bit off, and they'll be quick to point that out, saying, "Why does it look so blurry?" or "Why do you look so dull?" and yada yada yada. But once you get everything perfect and you look great, they just won't really say much.
Yep.
So it was quite nice when people did notice it in the Mario ones, saying, "Holy crap, your editing got a lot better." I was like, "Oh, it paid off."
it was very good. The Mario video is the one I wanted to bring up specifically because, like, it's just like the shenanigans associated with trying to get these things to work. If you guys don't know, it's a video about Mario bootlegs running on Sega Genesis Mega Drive, and it's I gotta say both because I know you're gonna correct me, but
well, I actually called the video the Genesis, like Mario bootlegs on the Genesis, and it pained me to do so because it's like it's
trying to appeal to the American audience, huh?
Exactly. My audience is mostly American. It will get more views and more clicks. I have to do it. But it gave me.
I'm with you.
The
Welcome to
opportunity
hell.
make the 2 British jokes right at the beginning of the video. It's like perfect. It actually kind of works out. So yeah, I went along with it.
I actually hate this new YouTube layout, man, on the stream. I hate it.
It hasn't applied to me yet, thank God.
I'm trying to click off to see like what certain things are, and I just can't. Like, it's goddamn. I need to see the Mario one though, still. So I've put that in my little watch later folder, and I'll watch that before bed.
Ah, thank you.
Hell yeah!
Oh, it's really fun.
That Mario video took me over, I want to say 60 hours editing.
See, this is what happens when someone actually cares, you know, about their content. Like me, I'll wake up in the morning and be like, think I'm gonna make a video and get it out by 5 p.m. But you're actually putting time and you're hauling ass.
I've seen people do that. I'm not going to mention any names, but there could be a slight bit of Sonic news that's just come out today saying, hey, Shadow's going to be in the movie. And then literally 20 minutes later, someone's gone, Shadow's going to be in the movie. What are we going to think about this? And it's like a 20-minute video. It's like, what the fuck? How do they do that?
They're just getting the bread. They're just getting the bread, man.
Padding.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. And then when I watch the video, it's just them talking in front of some stock Sonic footage, and I can't be bothered with this.
Yeah, I fall somewhere in between that and like, I definitely spend like at least 10 hours working on most of these videos, depending on how long they are. Like the one I released about Sonic Unleashed the other day, I woke up. Well, I wrote it and recorded footage one day, and then the next day I edited, and it took me a good like 8 hours of just sitting there and editing, and I was like, I feel like I am unstoppable right now. And then you release the video and it just bombs, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, if I don't upload,
Well,
if I take more than 2 days between an upload, like, YouTube thinks I've retired.
no, don't worry about that. Honestly, don't worry about that. I mean, I was gone for like how long? A year and a half, and then I came back with my Sonic Eraser video, and it didn't do as well as the Mario one, but it did really well in terms of view. I thought exactly what you just said. YouTube thinks that I've died or gone off the planet, so it's not going to bother promoting it. But it kind of works in the other favor. They're like, oh look, no, he's back, so hey, quick, watch it. And yeah, I seriously wouldn't worry about that.
Maybe I just need to disappear for longer, get a job, you know?
It's so much more like everyone thinks you've got to keep putting a video like every 2 days or every week. Just do it when you're ready.
I suppose it does depend on some factors, though, because unfortunately I've got my own pudding and my own proof that, like, if I leave it like 4 days or so, suddenly it will get murdered. And it takes a lot of work to get that momentum back, I guess.
If that's the case, then all my videos will get murdered because it takes me 2 or 3 months to bring another video out.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably have to. Why has that come up in my record? Ew, that's disgusting.
Yeah, I see both things happening. It's interesting. Yeah. Like a lot of people will swear by the algorithm being like, you gotta upload once a week, this, and this, you gotta do this, whatever. Granted, the shorts I've been uploading have actually been helping the channel a lot.
Yeah.
But like, I have seen the same thing though. Like some people upload like once every 4 weeks or like once a month or once every 2 months, and they just get like crazy views. Yeah. And it's like, I wish it made sense. I wish there was like something that you could look at and like, this is what you can do to make this work.
There's no word of a lie that the algorithm is involved in some way, shape, form. Sometimes there's a video that I do, like my hardware videos, and I think the Mario one I got has done at least 60,000 since I released. But then, like I just said, you've got someone that's talking about Shadow that's been for 20 whole minutes in front of a gameplay, and that's got 100,000 within a day or two.
Yeah.
And that it makes it really unfair. But at the same time, if I actually go into that channel's statistics and see like how much subscribers and that they're building, it's not as good.
Yeah,
as mine.
It can be that like they're getting the views, but they're not getting the retention, or they're not getting the returning views and stuff like that. And that's the thing, is you do need to give the audience like a reason to come back, I guess. And I think that's something that's probably why you do as well as you do in terms of kind of coming back with it, is because A, your niche is very, very specific. Nobody else is really doing it to the extent that you are. And then also like, it's gonna sound really brown nosy, but like you just got a very pleasant personality in your videos, which is gonna make people want to come back.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you can talk about the algorithm and how unfair and blah 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 it is all you want, but it's the quality of your videos that's going to make people come back. And what did you say, you how long did you spend editing on your last video? What was it, 8 hours you said?
Like 8 hours. So it was a short
Yeah.
video though. It was only like 10 minutes.
10 minutes is a short video. That's a long video for me.
Oh, I guess compared to
Yeah.
when I think about that, I think about the videos like I watch that are like I watch a lot of like 2 hour videos, you know. So when I make something, I'm like, oh yeah, this is kind of short.
Yeah, but I think that if you put more time into it, and I'm not saying that your video was bad or anything, but I noticed in your
No,
last video your lighting wasn't as good, and I don't think you were even looking at the camera. I thought you had a teleprompter.
Oh, you're right. No, you know, I was looking at the. I have this bad habit where, and this is gonna sound really narcissistic. I have this bad habit where when I'm recording, I need to look at myself in the preview all the time. Not like constantly, but like I look at the preview a lot to make sure I'm not moving out of where I want to be. And sometimes I just find myself like looking at the preview instead of looking at the camera.
Do what I did. Set your camera up. Do a test footage of you just talking for like literally 20 seconds. Move about, exaggerate your movement a little bit, and then take the video out and watch your video back on your PC. And everything looks good. Then you know you're fine, and then you can just look at your camera lens all the time. And to help with it, I've also turned my monitor away so I can't look at myself if I tried. And
yeah, I would
really
find
helps.
like looking at myself while doing a video, I'd find it off-putting. I mean, I am not comfortable on camera myself. It's why I use the digital puppet instead of being on camera. Not to mention, it also just means that I can have a tidy room at all times. It's less to pack away and stuff like that. But
yeah,
yeah, I cannot do on-camera shit. Like I feel different. You know, it's different gravy.
Yeah. Kevin brings up a good point though, that I have a job outside of YouTube, so I've got a good cushion. And if you're strapped for, I guess that meant to say cash, sometimes you're not able to afford time off. Yeah, that is true, Kevin.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're just going to quickly pump out real quick videos, they're not going to get the revenue that you want. If you spend a bit more time putting more energy into it, then you're going to get way more views, way more revenue. And sometimes you have to spend money to make money.
It is also never wise to put all of your eggs in one basket either. Like, it's never wise
that's true.
to say, like, every YouTuber I've ever spoken to, even ones that are very established and stuff, would say, generally avoid making YouTube your main source of income, because it's so sporadic, it's so unpredictable, and yeah, there is obviously, you know, make good content, get good views, but there can be certain algorithmic foibles wrapped up in that as well. Like, there are so many variables, so it's never a sensible thing to do YouTube as your main source of income. And it's like, while YouTube is probably my primary one, I also do things like editing commissions for lots of different other YouTubers and stuff like that. I've generally lately been leaning a lot more into the services aspect of my whole enterprise as well. So kind of using what I have established on YouTube so far as like a launch pad for me to kind of just do work for others as well. So it's, you know, it's a good way of doing things is to always have something on the side, whether it is a job. It can even be like, because some people do YouTube because they don't want to work a conventional job, or they want to reduce the amount of time that they spend working. That's not necessarily the case, and it's not necessarily the right reason to do it. But even then, if you're making like, I don't know, $400, $500 on YouTube, you really only would need like a part-time job on like a living wage kind of thing to
I have to disagree with that.
Okay, but I mean, to make modest rent, like, not if you're raising a kid and stuff like that, it's going to be different. But like, I don't run a car, I don't have a big home or anything like that, and I don't have any kids, so like, it's kind of okay for me. Like, it works for me. Like,
yeah, it's just like, I've obviously got a house, I've got a kid, got a car. Yeah, so I've been working for the NHS for over 18 years now.
Oh, respectable.
I'm obviously not going to go into my paycheck or anything, but it's pretty damn good. I would say, like, you can look on on the internet, NHS Band 5, and that's what I get. I get the top of that. So, and with that, plus my YouTube, it is still very hard to get by. So yeah, with the YouTube, I don't know. I would need at least maybe 200, 300,000 subscribers to even start thinking about going to a part-time job.
Yeah.
Personally, but I won't know until I get there. It might be lower once I get there, if I even get there. That is.
Again, it's definitely gonna
85
vary
now.
depending on circumstances, but like, yeah, based on everything you told me, like, yeah, it would be very difficult to recommend like, oh, just do YouTube or just do YouTube in a part-time schnook kind of thing, you know, like.
I would love to. I would love to just have a part-time job and then make the rest of my time doing YouTube. I would love to, but I've got to be sensible about it, especially when I've got a kid. I just, I can't risk any of that.
Of course.
Like Danny Lee Dauber says, it's hard for you considering eBay prices you pay for your hardware.
Well, yeah, since my divorce, I haven't bought any new hardware because I just can't afford to. It's a lot harder since then. But yeah, exactly. All that hardware that I bought is bloody expensive. The Commodore episode that I did is my most expensive video. I think that cost over $2,000 to make. And yeah, but it did pay off again. That video did really well and it got where I am today. And that's one of the things I will say, because I'm not sure if I'll come across what's the word? Unappreciative or not, because there are much bigger YouTubers out there than me that are doing so much better, making so much more money, getting more views, blah 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 blah. As much as I would like to have that myself, when I look at my YouTube channel and I look at the people that comment on my videos, the people that sponsor me, the people that follow me, I'm like, bloody hell, I'm lucky. I've got 85,000 people that watch my shit on YouTube. It's quite outstanding, really. So
to be fair,
very lucky for that.
Like, we've had a lot of YouTubers on this show.
It is very comfy feeling, very cozy feeling in the heart.
Yeah,
like
what I was gonna say is, you mentioned like worried about coming across ungrateful or anything like that. We've had a lot of disgruntled YouTubers on this show. I mean, they're YouTubers, of course they're disgruntled. But I would say you've offered one of the more positive perspectives that we've probably had on here. So I would not say for a second that you sounded unappreciative of what you have. Like, I was kind of listening to, kind of what you're saying about kind of like putting the work in and stuff like that, and how you can afford to kind of take some time out. And I was like, this sounds optimistic to me.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I would say, I think the appreciation definitely comes across on your end.
Yeah, I think with the quality, it might take a while, but you just got to keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. I think there was a Mr. Beast short the other day, and he said your first 100 videos are going to suck, whether you like it or not, but just keep at it and try to improve just a little bit every single time, and you will eventually pop off. And that's what it was with me. I think I started my YouTube properly late 2015, so it's like almost 9 years now. And it was finally the hardware videos that took me, I don't know, 7 years to discover. It's like, this is where I am. This is where I needed to be all this time. And
I've got a lot of like in-person friends, old friends from like high school, college and stuff, that have told me, oh, I want to become a YouTuber. Do you have like advice and stuff like that? And I've had the same conversations over and over again. It will be like, I'll come back a year later. They haven't made a video. They haven't started it or anything like that. And I'm just like, so what gives? And they're like, well, I just want to make sure I get that first video right. It's like, I keep saying over and over again, your first video should suck. And in fact, like, why would you want your first video you ever make to be your best one? What, you just want to go downhill from there? No,
you know who I kind of feel bad sometimes, because, like, not to interrupt the story, but I sometimes, like, I'll watch a video, right, from, like, some new channel that I haven't seen before, and I'll be like, wow, that was really good. I liked that a lot. But, like, maybe it doesn't have a ton of views. But then I check the channel, right, and they have, like, one video that has, like, something crazy like 6 million views, and then like every other video they have is like 2,000, 3,000, whatever, like all this. And it's like, I would like that. I feel like that would be worse than having it be more consistent, because like, sure, you have like the one, it's like having a one-hit wonder song. Like, sure, you make a lot of whatever for a bit, a lot of buzz, but then if it just crashes and burns after that, that feels horrible. Like, I can imagine, like, if it's your first video you've ever done and you get, like, so many eyes on it, they see your beginning, like all of the stuff that you're gonna try and cut out as time goes on, and that might have been part of the reason someone liked it, for instance.
I agree. A lot of people that want to go into YouTube for the money,
Yeah.
just don't bother. You're already doing it wrong. You shouldn't be starting a YouTube channel for the money, because it's not
The
that
other
you
thing
can't
is,
do
though,
it's just that you're doing it for the wrong reasons, and then your expectations are already too high.
the other thing is, though, you can go into it with a business mindset and come out successful, but you have to be willing to go all in then. Like,
yes.
you have to commit to making garbage, and you have to commit to being sleazy about it. So it does come at a sacrifice of any kind of creative integrity, but if that's something you're already underestimating from the get-go, you'll do fine. Like, if someone just said, oh, I'm gonna make crap content that, feeds off of, people's expectations about the latest media thing, I'm willing to fucking clickbait my way through this game. Like fucking Emergency Awesome, for example. Like, that's a YouTuber who's like, oh yeah, Spider-Man, no, it's not Spider, Iron Man 4 confirmed Easter eggs breakdown trailer, and they'll have like a fake screenshot in the thumbnail. And that guy's got like a million fucking subscribers, and he gets the views in, but like no one ever mentions what a fucking clown he is, and it's because he's playing the game. That's the game he's playing, and he's winning at it. And it's almost like, yeah, I can be bitter about it because I make real content that doesn't get a fraction of the views, but it's like, he's going at it. So I feel like if you're kind of a creative-minded person and you care about that integrity and you come at this from the I want to make money perspective, then you're going to fail. You either have to be completely lacking in creative integrity, or you need to do it for the right reasons.
Yeah. And yeah, that's what I was saying. I've watched other people that just get more views than I do, but it's just part of how it works. I don't understand how these people that react to the news and get so many views, and you could say that I'm a bit jealous of them, and there probably is. I probably am a little bit jealous of them, but at the same time, if they know how to do it, they know how to pull it off, and if it works for them, then fair play to them. Keep doing it.
I think it's a sacrifice that comes with news channels, though, is rewatchability, because that was something with me, was like, I like to kind of report on Sonic news or comic book movie news and stuff like that at the time, but I'd never be the first to the punch because I do have other things going on, and I didn't like to rush things, and I did like to kind of have a little, kind of creativity with it too. And I found that when I stopped being a news channel and focused more on retrospectives, more on, like, if there's something in the news, making a new analysis that's attached to that news subject rather than reporting on that news, I found that retention was better. I found that people were rewatching the videos more, which is a good thing. That's the thing, is a lot of these news channels, they'll get like that, 100k views in one day thing, but once it plateaus. People aren't coming back. Like, no one is going to come back after Sonic Movie 3 is out and watch one of those videos saying, Shadow voice actor confirmed for Sonic Movie 3, because the movie's out, we've heard it, there's nothing to learn. Unless you've got something brilliant tacked onto that subject that is worth revisiting, no one's going to do it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there.
Yep. That's why, like, I've done, like, very few of those, like, news update things. I think I did do one for the Mario movie when it was when it was in production, because the first character they revealed for it was Foreman Spike, or like that was the first casting list that came out, and I was like, why the hell would they, like, I was just so flabbergasted that I was like, I kind of just want to talk about this for a minute. But like, I don't feel like it's something I could do in succession. I am not fast enough at anything to be the first person to do it, and honestly, it's just not interesting to me, because when I read something like that, I mean, aside from that, let's say, I'm usually like, oh, Shadow's in the movie? Alright, cool. Looking forward to that.
That's exactly with me, yeah.
I don't have enough, like, people have asked me a lot in the past, like, could you react to this video? And first of all, I don't like the idea of reaction content, especially if it's someone else's work. Like if it's like a Nintendo showcase or something, like, I want to watch that. That's something I want to see. Maybe I'll live stream it just because I want to talk to people while we're doing it. But if we're like, hey, watch this animation that this person did, I'm like, I don't want to do that because, one, they made it, and I don't want to be like republishing it with my stupid fucking face on the side. And also, I don't have that many thoughts live like that. Like, when I'm on a live stream or just, let's say I'm watching a movie, like, I might be thinking about some stuff, but I need more time to, like, put my thoughts together. Like, even doing the podcast sometimes is not easy for me, because, like, I feel like
definitely.
Like, I can keep up a conversation, but sometimes I don't get everything I want to say, or, like, everything I would think of later out, and I kick myself a bit, because I'm like, oh shit, that would have been good.
Well, what's really good for me
that's
is
my
that...
thing. Like, reaction content is, like, it's another one of those, like, pitfalls where it gets a lot of views, and, like, it's a big thing, but it's something that I feel like just doesn't... Like, it's a very specific kind of person and personality that can make that into something that people will keep coming back for. Like, there are people out there that can do it, but, like, when it's such a mass-produced thing and so many reactions are just people laughing at a joke in the show or whatever, it's like, I don't get why this is being made. Like, I don't really understand. It's not a live stream. It's just, like, you watching a video, and it's like, okay, I don't like that.
Something you mentioned, though, about, like, the podcast thing, or, like, the live thing, like, how you don't always manage to get the best version out. I found that, hey, we got a new follower on Twitch. I found that Sunset City has worked as a decent launch pad for new video ideas, in that I will touch on a subject that I feel a little passionately about on Sunset City, and it comes out smothered in the banter of the show, the overall kind of the atmosphere of the moment, I guess, and it's like, I don't get the comprehensive version of that out, and I'm like, well, I can make that a video then. So it's almost like my own channel is almost like a spin-off of Sunset City in a way, where it's like, if you want to see the nuanced, the written, the scripted version of what I meant to say here, but in the very conversational format, it's a means of going about it. And it's probably why also, like, more of my personality doesn't come across on Channel Pup as much as it does here on Sunset City. It's because I'm kind of thriving on the energy of chatting with co-hosts and friends and all that stuff, whereas I don't have that to bounce off of on my own shit. So I like to think that there's a different appeal between, like, Sunset City Pup and just Pup by my lonesome. Another thing I was going to say, though, in terms of, like, reaction content, like, Red, you did that video on why you don't do reaction videos. I felt that. Did. I have fuck all to say while I'm watching. So I don't want to talk through a trailer. I want to see.
Right, I remember that.
I want to hear what the fuck they're saying in the trailer. The only times when I've ever really reacted to something like that are, again, if I'm accompanied. So when I saw the Sonic X Shadow Generations trailer, ironically enough, that would have been the perfect time for me to film a reaction video, because I was sat with my roommate Dom, and we were watching the PlayStation Live thing, and we both made our little bets as to whether or not this is going to be a thing, whether or not they're going to show it, whether or not Shadow's going to be there. So when it did come out, it was the atmosphere of the room. We were both like, there's Shadow and stuff. I can't do that by myself in a room. I know some people can, and so much power to them. So much power to them.
Some people can fake it too.
That's what exactly what I'm saying. Like, I hate that I can't do that. I hate that they're getting the views, but if it works for them, and if it works for them, then great. Let them keep doing it. It's not, I can do my hardware videos, they can do the reaction videos. Let's stick to what we're good at.
Exactly. So that's what I've accepted. It's not my place.
Yeah. So
that's not what I'm.
That's what my text was right at the end of that video. It's like, I don't mean to take the piss out of the other YouTubers that do this. It's just how I feel. I might be a tiny bit jealous. I can't get away from that. But at the same time, more power to them. And
intrusive feelings are also a natural thing, because right now I'm wrangling with that. Like, I spoke to you about this, Dylan, is that I'm really close to hitting 100k, and this is something I've dreamt of since, like, 2018. I've always dreamed about how good it's going to feel getting that 100k, getting the plaque, if they do send one, because I know sometimes they make exceptions.
I think they still do, but I hope so, so I want mine.
Oh, I got one.
I want one too.
Like, last year or something, right? I think.
But, like, I've been thinking about, I've been dreaming about this, but YouTube is peaks and valleys, and right now my channel is in a valley, and I almost feel like I just want to say, like, guys, I love you, I appreciate everything, Can you stop subscribing for a minute, though? Can we just get these views up a little bit more before you... Because I dreamt about this happening in a blaze of glory, not my channel crawling across the finish line like a dying animal, you know? But it doesn't change the fact that I am grateful. It's just kind of like, this is not how I dreamt it would be. But at the end of the day, I still...
kill to be in our position.
What's that, sorry?
A lot of people would actually kill to be in our position.
Absolutely, and that is the thing, is you can lose that perspective. I like to think back to where I was in 2018 when I started out doing this, and yeah, this was the dream, and it's like, now I'm living it, you know, and another thing I tend to think of is there are almost 100,000 people out there that were willing to hear me out and will have clicked a little button to say, I'm willing to hear you out, and that means a lot. That is something I can never lose sight of, regardless of algorithmic sabotage, as I refer to it as a joke, regardless of a split viewership simply because I've kind of bungeed from topic to topic, which in itself is a lucky thing, because a lot of people won't necessarily survive when they exit that niche. There's a lot to be very grateful towards. But you can't help but sometimes have the intrusive feeling, you know. Sometimes you can be a little jealous of those reaction YouTubers. Sometimes it's like, this isn't how I pictured it.
That's called being human.
I'm actually going to use Sam Procrastinates as an example. So I did a live stream of Sonic 06, and then me and Gallus did Sonic Advance. And when I was streaming, I got, I don't know, maybe up to 100 viewers watching. And I think my highest I've ever had is about 410, and that's only happened once. Otherwise, it's normally around 200 and 100. But no, that's great. I've got 100 people watching me live right now. That's brilliant. And was it earlier today? It might have been yesterday that Sam was streaming about the new Shadow that got a little trailer got shown. Let's talk about it. And he's got over 800 people watching him. It's like, holy fuck! How does he do it?
It's insane.
Yeah. So
what's also kind of crazy is it goes to show also
that's
that
one of those channels where, Sam covers the news. I was actually thinking about this earlier when you were mentioning the news stuff. Sam is one of those people where I very much understand how it happened, because he is so he's got such a, not saying that anyone else doesn't have personality or we don't have it, but Sam's got such a good personality for it, and he's got the charisma that it just makes sense to me that even
it's
when
backed
he's talking
up by a
about
sincerity as well.
Yeah, no, he's
Sam
a very
comes off
good
as very
person.
sincere.
He's an awesome dude, and I totally get it. The people that show up for his streams are clawing at the, what's the fucking phrase? Clawing at the bit, chomping at the bit. They're chomping at the bit just to see what he's gonna do, and it's because he does great stuff.
Yeah,
Badell is very similar as well. He's got absurd showmanship. I have no idea where he gets the energy from, but you don't know what he's gonna do next,
No, so that's what I mean. I was a bit jealous, but at the same time, bloody hell, well played. That's brilliant. I'm happy for him as well. And I think he tweeted the other day saying, "Hey, I'm getting close to 50,000 subscribers." And I was like, "How the fuck have you not got 100 already?"
That's a shock to
more
me.
Than me at one point.
It does go to show that the subscriber numbers don't actually
mean anything.
Yeah, they don't matter.
They don't factor into the algorithm or anything. You've got a chance
makes you
whether
feel
you've got.
good. I guess you see the number go up and it's ooh, I like that.
Yeah,
but
it sometimes makes you look more important, but at the end of the day,
it's a badge.
I
keep saying to my roommates, when I get that plaque, it's a monument to my ego, is what it is.
When I get mine, it's going on the wall above my bed.
Oh, absolutely. I have it right behind me at all times, and it's sometimes literally, this is a very personal, very serious moment that I had a few months ago when I had a job previously for 3 months, and I lost the job because it just wasn't a good fit, but it made me feel really bad about myself. I failed and stuff, but then I was looking at YouTube as well, because I hadn't uploaded for those 3 months, and I was kind of just letting it fall to the wayside because I was so exhausted with other stuff. And I just it's the most fucking shit ass movie scene you can find, where I literally was just standing there looking at my YouTube plaque and just thinking.
The responsibility theme from Spider-Man kicks in.
Yeah.
That
It's talking to me like the Green Goblin mask. But I'm just sitting there looking at it, and I'm like,
eye off the ball.
I was like, I can't just keep calling myself a failure because of all this shit not working. Like, look at this. Like, I have this in my house.
It worked,
like,
didn't it? We need the
like,
tritium.
It happened. Like, it's not what things aren't working out right this second. But, like, I'm not a failure, like a complete and total failure. I'm not.
No, you're just
And
you're just taking a trip. You just need to get yourself up, dust yourself off, and say,
Yeah.
right, let's get on with it.
Sometimes, yeah, you have to get back up after things, and like sometimes, yeah. YouTube's
Well, thank you,
definitely
boys.
like that.
I'm
There are a
gonna
lot of peaks and
reinstall
valleys.
Tinder now.
Right,
Good shit, dude.
I really hate to do this to
Nah,
you
I'm
two,
not.
but I do need to go in a moment.
Oh, of course.
Hey, that's totally okay. Yeah, no, it's been 2 hours, man. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine, dude. Like, yeah, whenever you need to dip out, by all means. Like, we can take things from here with the super chats if you need. But I mean, yeah,
not a
like,
problem.
around
How
about
long do you? Yeah, I'm happy to stay for the super chat bit. I've got about another 5-10 minutes at tops.
okay, that's
Yeah, why don't we
fine,
can move on to
dude.
that then?
Yeah, we can move on to the super chats if you like. But again, if you do need to dip out before the end, it's absolutely fine.
Okay.
As it is, we don't have much to go through today, anyways. So, I need to copy paste these down. Talk amongst yourself for just 1 second. Sorry.
So yeah, I just wanted to make it clear that yeah, I might be a tiny bit jealous of these people, but by all means, I don't mean any hate of them. So the people that come out with videos like seconds later after the news releases, I don't understand it, but I don't hate them. If it works
It's
for
impressive.
them, that's yeah,
That's
it's
for sure.
impressive. If it works, it gets them the views, it gets them the subscribers, whatever. Then obviously carry on what you're doing.
Is there any like
And I'm still very appreciative to where I am to this day, and yeah, so I thank everyone that does follow me.
Is there any like specific thing if you're quite strapped for time? Is there any specific thing that you feel like you must say while you're on the show here today?
Or like anything you want to plug. That way you can just do the.
It could be a
super chats.
plug. It could be
Right.
anything. We usually do plugs at the end, but like it could be anything.
I was going to talk about one thing, but I've changed my mind on it, so I'm not going to even bring that up. But otherwise, I'm happy to go with super chats and what
Okay.
have you.
Sure,
Cool,
sure.
cool.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
make sure to check out, if he's not going to plug it, check out the Mario Genesis bootlegs video. It's really good.
And just
It's
check
very
out his
fun.
whole ass channel as well. It's good stuff.
Yeah, hold on. I'll get the link.
Super Eggs commented on your tweet, Gallus, about the Sunset City stream featuring me, and he's gone, "Oh God, the British are invading."
Look, man, we've been outnumbered on this show for years, okay? We're allowed to have a couple of British guests.
Hooray!
Here, I'll post the link. This is the link specifically to the Mario video because I'm biased about Mario.
Oh,
But
that's one thing I was going to bring up. Is, yeah, the
But also
so
his
when I
channel's there as
came
well.
when I came back with my Sonic Razor video in October, I didn't want to mention anything about my divorce or anything, so I just like got on with the video. And so many people were so nice, saying like, "Oh, welcome back. We've missed you," etc. And it was really meant a lot. And a couple of people said, "Wow, you've lost a lot of weight compared to like the bootlegs video that Pup watched or the Commodore video." And when I watch them back, it's like, "Holy shit, I was getting fat there." You could tell I was stressed out.
Oh,
So I'm
Oh,
quite happy
man.
with what I've become. Yeah, it just goes to show, like, you know, what goes on behind closed doors. You don't really know what's happening. And
yeah, and it's not something that anyone is owed an explanation for or anything either. That's like
No.
sometimes I get comments like not really prying or anything, but like I have seen like I guess the most. I mean, the other day someone was like, "Scarless look like he's losing weight," and I was like, but yeah, I don't think I am. But I was that was nice. But like other videos, like
it's harder to tell on yourself, like if you're losing weight or not. So, over those years when I was getting closer to the Commodore video, I didn't think I was gaining weight. I thought I was fine. It wasn't until I came back with the Razor video and then put the two side by side, like, holy shit, I did put on weight back then, didn't I? Really badly. Yeah, you don't really notice in yourself until someone comments on it. But I wouldn't say that's like an offensive message or anything.
I suppose it's better to
Yeah,
notice
no.
it in
Nice.
hindsight, you know? Like, that way you don't get down about it.
Hmm. I had someone mention the other day about my accent, saying, "Why don't you pronounce your R's properly? It's Mario."
I
Come on, say it
saw
pro-"
that.
I was like, I can't have my accent. I just replied saying, "I'm sorry." W's. Left it as that. I couldn't be bothered to argue. It's not worth it.
That's
I think the
amazing.
meanest thing people say to me is like they tell me I look like Morty from Rick and Morty or something. It's like I don't think I do, or like I sound like Morty. I'm like,
I don't know.
okay,
Come to
dude.
think about it.
See, this is partly why I do not show up on camera, is because I don't like comments about my appearance, for better or for worse. Like,
You know, I mean, but then a lot of people tell me I look like Tom Holland, and I'm like, you know what? Okay,
I've been
he's
told
pretty
I look
successful.
like Chris Pratt a few times. Not really.
I could see it a little tiny bit, but not really.
I get told I look
Yeah.
like Louis Capaldi. Which is...
You know what? That's so weird that one of my other friends said that as well. Or someone say that to him, and it's just because Louis Capaldi is not a name that I hear very often.
I mean,
Capaldi, however you say it.
he ain't, like, in a conventional sense attractive or anything, but I think, like, he's got an incredible charisma about him that allows him to carry that off. So it's like, if I could just become as charismatic as Louis Capaldi, I'll be fine, right?
Yeah.
I'll be fine, right?
I wouldn't
Yeah, of
worry about
course.
like camera stuff. Like when I first started coming on the camera, I was really shy, really nervous, and my first couple of videos, yeah, it's so obvious.
You
Whereas-
overcame it. I chose
Yeah,
to
well,
become
yeah.
dog.
Right now, I don't care. Like I literally come on stream like, "Hi guys, yeah, we're playing this. Let's just get on with it." I still try to make myself look a bit presentable, but I'm just not as fussed anymore.
Well, my
I'm
process
more
was...
nervous about my room and like. Well, actually, I guess that used to be my main thing. Like, I didn't care too much about how my hair looked or anything. Actually, that's a lie. I do care about that, but like, I didn't care that much about like my look very much. But I cared a lot if my room looked messy. And I remember one stream I did a long time ago. You could fucking see like a pair of my underwear on the back of the couch, like they had thrown across the and I didn't notice for the whole stream.
As long as we don't see your
I was
dildos, we're fine.
My
Yeah, exactly.
process was like, even if I don't show up on camera, a YouTuber needs kind of a face, something for the audience to relate to. I was like, well,
Yeah.
you want an endearing face? I got a dog. Like, the dog is awesome. Like, let's just do that.
Yeah.
I was like, what could be more endearing than that?
It was clean underwear. I mean, like, I had worn them, but they were clean.
Yeah, don't worry. That brown streak was just part of the design. Wait,
I
no, that
can't
wouldn't work
shit
that way,
myself.
though, would it? Because you don't have an anus.
I know. Anyway,
I'm still amazed by it. I'm still just amazed.
you're amazed at my medical history.
It's just like the greatest scientific discovery of our time.
Yeah.
But okay, we should before...
Anyway, let's talk about super chats.
Yeah, before our boy Red has to go, we'll get those super chats done. I've put them in the super chat mailbag channel, Red, and the way it goes is Dylan reads first, I read second. It just goes in table order, and then you read last. Nothing personal, kid.
Oh, that is the one insult I hate. I got a mate that's like, he's 6 years younger than me, but he's a bit, well, I say a bit, he's quite taller than me. Every time.
Oh.
Whatever you say, kid.
Oh, no, I know.
Stop calling me kid. Oh.
Yeah, I know that people that are older
that-
than me hate being called kid.
Yeah, I can't stand
That's always
it.
like that's also one of the things on the internet that people will fall back on if they disagree with you. Like,
Yeah,
they will
they'll call you
immediately
kid.
just say that you're a fucking child if that you don't have the same opinion, and it's like, dude,
It's like, well, you're a
not
geriatric
even
old
like a-
man. You've
you
got
were
a
like
catheter.
less than one cell when I was born. Like, shut up.
Yeah, that's what I always said. Like, when I was a kid, you were probably still swimming in your daddy's ballsack. Fuck off.
That's
For
beautiful.
real.
All right, so...
Alright, and on that note,
Yeah.
we got Startup Sonic Fan 1661, $2. They said, time to blast process my ass. Woohoo!
I swear, Sonic
yeah.
Fan 1661 is
Thanks,
like our benefactor at this point. Like,
He's like, he funds the entire podcast, this guy.
Sonic Fan 1661 with $2. Pup's dementia off to a great start so far today. I was saying to Dylan, with the amount of fucking, like, with the severity of dementia and the amount it gets used for a punchline in these super chats, we need to do like a charity live stream or something raising money for a dementia charity. Because this cannot go on,
That could be
guys.
the Sonic Superstars one. That could be our Sonic Superstars dementia race.
I forgot I liked Sonic Superstars.
Let's do it.
There I go.
Okay.
Borger.
All right, next up.
Red.
See
This
that
one
one
is
down
you.
there?
This one
Yeah,
is
you're
on
up there.
you.
Oh, I thought you meant I'll do the very last one. Right, okay.
Oh, no.
Right, from Matt the Hedgehog, $5. Hey everyone, long-time lurker, first-time super chatter. The reason is due to my B-day being this Sunday. Love you all and have a great day. Well, happy birthday for Sunday, Matt the Hedgehog.
I hope you have a nice
Happy
clean
early
anus.
birthday. Yeah, I hope
He
you have
said
a good birthday.
B-Day, so...
God. You know it means birthday.
Hope you're still here. Hope you have a good one. Thank you for... That's also a very, like... I don't know if you guys have ever watched, like games done quick, like that, that speedrunning charity thing that they do. Like, that's always, like, one of the big things. Oh, long-time viewer, first-time donator. Like, that kind of thing.
I like it. It's endearing. I like seeing, like, names that we haven't seen before jumping in with, like, yeah. Thank you, Matt. And, yeah, make sure you got a nice clean asshole. It's just for hygiene reasons. So, Borger. Dylan.
Yeah, sorry. Next up, we have Sonic Fan 1661, $5 US. Sonic X Japanese version has far less background music and actually gives the scenes room to breathe. It has many more scenes that are cut from the 4Kids dub. See, that's something I didn't know for a while. Like, I know that there were some things that were changed, but I didn't realize that there were scenes that were completely cut out.
Oh, yeah, it's
and that
longer.
makes me want to check it out at some point.
It is a longer show, and I prefer, like, the pacing of it a lot more. But also, that reminds me, Dylan, you watch the Doctor Who, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you ever just wish Murray Gold would shut the fuck up?
I mean...
Especially during comedic scenes. Like, there would just be something mildly comedic happening, and he'd be like, diddle-a-doodle-a-diddle-a-doodle-a-diddle. It's like, shut up, dude. Just be quiet.
There is a lot going on with it. Like, I do think they add the music sometimes.
And the
but,
theme...
Like, there's sometimes where I like it to be that way.
The theme music in the latest iteration is like, how many orchestras can we throw at this? Like...
It's all that Disney money, you know? They got like 12 orchestras playing.
Alright, I think this next one is on me to read, isn't it? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Burger HD. So, TR Gabriel GF sends two. I'm always the one saying what this is. It's Swiss francs, isn't it? I think.
Why is it abbreviated CHF?
Look, man, why is dollar abbreviated to USD?
No,
That's
you're right.
because it's
I think we
US
said this
dollars,
before.
so that makes... Yeah, I kind of fucked that, but
No, you're
anyways,
right.
from Plush Sonic to Republican Sonic. What a shift. Well,
Republican
that said,
Sonic, what?
no, but because he's from the UK, though, it'd be Labour Sonic, so...
Sonic's... Where was Sonic born? Like, in Canada?
Australia.
Christmas Island? Like, where is that?
Near Australia.
Near Australia. It's actually in the United States in the middle of a big lake.
Christmas Island is literally near Australia, dude.
He's an American. Is that a real place?
What, Christmas Island? Yeah.
This is not like the narwhal thing. I feel like
No,
Christmas Island being
Christmas
a real
Island
thing.
is a real place.
Christmas Island could very well have not been a real place.
It's
that
a
could very
real
well
place,
have been
dude.
fake.
It exists.
Oh, okay. No,
I mean,
I'm
in the
saying
original like Sonic Bible, he was from Nevada, and he lived outside like a burger restaurant.
That's actually okay. Sonic was born in a flight jacket in Nebraska. That's right. He jumped out of that flight jacket, right? He jumped out of the emblem on the back or whatever.
That's the Japanese one. Oh Jesus Christ! Oh no! Man. Okay. Yeah, we gotta wrap things up.
Oh, yeah,
Red,
the skeleton.
you got anything you want to promote?
Yeah, just my channel, I guess. If you'd like to watch real hardware stuff, check out my channel. And whenever I try to do gameplays, I always use hardware. Hardware this, hardware that. Yeah, that's about it. Make sure to subscribe while you're at it. Try to get me to 100,000. Yum, yum, yum.
Get him that plaque.
Yeah, give me that plaque.
See if you can get him to beat me.
How many are you at?
99,500.
Really? Oh
Yes.
you're easily gonna beat me.
Nah, I think we should see if we can get like a surge for you.
So I need to get 15,000 before you get 500.
Go to, young squire.
All right, everyone here, make new accounts. Subscribe.
No, don't do that. That's just gonna fucking kill him. That's gonna kill
Yeah,
it.
no, that's bad. Yeah, that's bad. Don't do that.
Oh, one more.
Okay.
One more.
One more
And
what?
then Super Chat cut off after this. So this is on you to read just real quick if you got
from
the time.
Seaman, which is $7.99. Is that Australian?
That's
dollars?
dollary dues.
Australian dollar
Dollary
dues.
dues.
Yeah.
Right. Of all people on YouTube, I'm glad you guys are some of them. Same for Sunset City members and guests, past and future. Hashtag release the poo cut. I like dogs.
I'll explain the poo cut thing. Is that I've made a
It's-
documentary on Portland. When we all went, when the old Sunset City cast went to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and we found human feces on the streets. So I figured that would make an excellent opening shot to set the tone. Is just the
lovely.
feces. And the old hosts were like, "Oh no, you cannot show that. That's just too disgusting." And I was like, I think nothing sets the tone for a documentary about Portland better than human feces on a sidewalk. And they were against it, and I was like, okay, how about this? A separate cut, a poo cut. The cut with the poo at the beginning of it. And now that they've all left, I'm just going to release the poo cut as is. Like, director's vision and all that. So that's how that will go.
See, you can tell he's a Zack Snyder fan.
No, but
Got
you
his
can
own
also tell that
little
these
thing.
guys have never watched, like, Jackass or anything, you know? Like,
Yeah.
they couldn't
No,
handle
honestly,
it, man.
I saw the Jackass movie, and I was like, ugh. Like,
Yeah,
there was
it's
some
never been
funny
my
stuff,
thing.
but I was like, this is not for me.
I'm in a little Discord server with another YouTuber buddy of mine called Boba, and we watched all the Jackass movies back to back. There were some things in that. Oof.
Yeah, no, Pop, what are you working on aside from the
I
poop
haven't
cut?
asked you what you're working on though, Dylan.
Oh, let's see. I'm not sure what the next video is, but there's gonna be something next week, next Friday. That's for sure. I haven't decided which one yet. I'm trying to come up with a few things, and
Vague.
trying to get back to weekly, but I don't know when that's gonna happen. I'm gonna keep it every other week for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you working on, Pup?
I don't know what I'm working on right now, to be honest. But there is a new video on my channel, which is all about the upcoming Joker sequel. I do discuss a few little bits in the trailers, some theories from it, as well as just other information surrounding this movie about what we can expect and just ideas for different directions it could go. So, yeah, if you live in a society, then that is the video for you.
Of course. There's the link to that one as well.
Oh, thank
Joke
you,
Man
Dylan.
2.
Joke
Yeah, of
Man
course.
returns.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's gonna be all. We gotta get out of here. The skeleton is gonna get us if we don't leave soon. I've
Oh.
been Big Gary, and this has been.
You're back
Sunset
to
City.
regular size now. If
I've been regular Gary. Not my name.
Lil Dill.
Li-
Because Big
Don't
Gary
call me
could
that.
solo the skeleton. Like,
That's. Yeah, we'll see that at some point. The brawl. It's like a kaiju fight. All right. Well, thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much
Thanks
for
for
having me
joining
on as
us.
well.
Yeah, of
Hell
course.
yeah,
It's
you're
always
welcome,
good.
man.
Always a pleasure, my friend.